Yes. Hold on. Gotta fix my shit.
God damn it. Mm.
All right. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ
You
and my guy Adequate.
Yeah.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a few geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, we've only ever done this one other time. But I think that this time is just as appropriate as the last time because this is a very special episode of the Black Culture Geeks.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
What up, Biddy? What up, McKenna?
What up, y'all? What up, y'all?
What up, sis?
Hey, yo, is my mic low or are we good?
No, you good.
No, you good.
Good. All right. So, you know you got to go first, right?
Damn.
You know, you know the rule, though, my guy.
No.
You know the rule. You got to go first.
These are
rules
the
are meant to be broken.
Nah, nigga.
Nah. First, you got to learn the rules before you can break them. You still haven't learned them because you fuss every time. So, yeah.
So how was y'all week?
Nigga.
Nah,
Yo, my
bruh.
week. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna give you a preview of my week real quick. All right. I have been waiting for Addy to come back and tell us about his week. That's my week. that is my week.
Come on, my guy.
Trying to see how I'm gonna start this off. So
round one is on you.
If you guys notice, I haven't been here for like a month.
What?
No longer. I haven't been here longer than
that. When was you gonna tell us you wasn't here? I never knew.
Can we mute him? So April I wasn't here because school shit. But last month I wasn't here because I was sent away, not knowing if I was ever going to return.
Nigga, okay.
Now I was in rehab for substance abuse, alcohol, and was there for 30 days at a treatment center to do a detox. And yeah, school's going well. I'm still passing in school. I got all A's. So yeah, what made me do that the week prior, I was just like really going through it. And my drinking was just my drinking's been out of hand, but it was just getting to the point where life was just beginning to be unmanageable, you know. So which my life is hectic as it is, and I'm used to drinking a lot anyway. And I didn't think that I would ever have like a tipping point, but I finally got to not tipping point, my breaking point, and I finally got there. So the week before I left, I tried to call some places to get help here in South Carolina. Unfortunately, even when it comes to mental health and substance abuse health, South Carolina is very ass when it comes to that. So I was calling places. I called one place. The lady on the phone told me that they're open Monday through Friday. Because you got to get there before 7. So I got there at like 5:45 just to be there as early as possible. Right. Because they say they stopped taking people like around 7:30. So you got to be there early as fuck. So I get there, come to find out, check the site, they're closed.
Like permanently closed?
Well, what?
The lady said they're open Monday through Friday. I went there that Friday.
Okay.
They were closed on Friday. They're only open Monday through Thursday.
Was it a holiday that we didn't know about? What the fuck is going on?
Nah, it was a regular Friday. So then
that doesn't bode well.
Yeah, so that fucked me up. I'm like, damn, a nigga can't even get help for trying. And then I'm calling around for like all these places because I'm like, well, if I can't get like the treatment center care, let me at least try to see if I can find a psychologist or a psychiatrist or some shit. Because you know,
But at this point, you was down in Miami at this point.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, all right,
I'm still here. So calling places because my insurance and all that, they gave me references and all that. All the references, they weren't taking new. Either they didn't accept my insurance or they didn't take new people.
This country and this health care and mental health care.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Or we'll have to wait another month or two to get seen.
Horrible.
So in my drunk stupor, I'm just drinking, calling places. So I was like, yo, let me just see if I could just call a inpatient care. And the inpatient care that I called is based in Florida, which is funny because Florida has mad fucking rehabilitation centers. I think they're like the top state for that shit on the East Coast.
That's interesting. Considering.
Yeah. No, that's wild, nigga.
Yeah. Like it's wild. So I called the treatment center and I was supposed to leave that. Matter of fact, I'm telling the story backwards. I called the treatment center that Wednesday and I was supposed to leave that Friday. But we decided to try to see if we could get something here, whatever. So I called them back on that Thursday and said I'm not gonna go. Boom. And then my sister called again and then booked me a flight to be there that following Monday. So shouts to her for like kind of helping me, you know what I mean? But I pretty much did the legwork myself. I just canceled it because I was just trying to see if I could find something here instead of having to fly to Florida for a fucking month. You know what I mean? Because I take my responsibilities while in my living situation, I take those seriously. And me leaving, you know what I'm saying, that's going to have a trickle effect. And, you know, I got to consider those type of things. That's so that entire weekend, I think I reached out to Marissa and I told her what was going on because I know y'all had a lot going on and all that shit. So I was just like, just let them boys know, da 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 da. And then lo and behold,
that's not what happened.
Nope,
that is what happened.
That's all cap.
That's cap. I literally talked to you about that.
No, I know what I'm saying.
You literally called me first. You literally called me first. I was like in a meeting or something. And I text you back like, I can't talk right now. What's up? And you said, yo, I need help. And I hit tune.
Yep.
And I said, Tune, are you busy right now? Can you talk to Eddie?
Yep.
Call Eddie.
I remember.
Oh shit! Well, something like that. Well, whatever. Drunk nigga.
Just relax.
Jesus. So yeah. Matter of fact, James, you take the rings.
Well, you did talk to technically, I guess, Marissa first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Her most of it first.
Yeah.
But I talked to him for about an hour.
No, that's why I was
on my walks.
No, I was gonna say say all that I did end up talking to y'all though.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my whole thing was I didn't want to like stress y'all out about that shit, but both of y'all was like, all three of y'all was like, who the fuck, like fuck all that.
Right. Right.
Like that shit could wait
what
for
are you
right
talking
now.
about?
Yeah.
Right.
But y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. I try to be considerate at times, you know what I mean? With my own personal shit.
Yo. You are one of the banes of my existence, right? Because of
you ain't got bangs.
I said bane, not bane.
Oh, speak clearly.
You merely adopted.
Oh shit.
The annoyance.
This shit here, right? This shit right here. This is what we talking about.
I was raised in it.
He was raised like
born in it, molded by it.
Yeah, that's fact. Because just him doing that right now is evidence of all of that. What he's saying, like, right there.
No, but yo, I'm saying this publicly because there's probably other people listening that I have to say this shit to often too. Stop trying to be considerate to people who aren't looking for consideration.
That's a bar.
I'm gonna be a bigger dick now.
You can't. That's not
crazy.
possible.
That was a phrasing though. I ain't gonna hold you.
But continue.
So talk to the homies, and I call like all my peoples and shit, family members and all that. The people were like, "Oh, so you leave on Monday?" So that Saturday got fucked up. That Sunday, I only had like one drink before I left because I was like, "Yo, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be functioning through an airport to airport to another airport."
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And plus, I have like the worst.
What up, free thinker?
What's up, free thinker? My anxiety will be through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like
facts.
I'm not gonna put myself through that shit.
Right.
I know that's right.
So I land in Fort Lauderdale.
You know what's hold up real quick.
Well,
What's interesting? You know what's interesting about that? Some people would take the reverse logic on that. They would say because their anxiety is so high that they would get drunk.
Funny enough, that's what most people do before they go to treatment centers.
Right.
They be smacked because when I got there, I got picked up in this like Mercedes van and shit. By this dude named Laszlo, yo, and he's Cuban as fuck. Like he's like
whoa. Laszlo?
Like Laszlo's
like the Laszlo from Grand Theft Auto radio station. That Laszlo.
No, not him. Not that dickbag. He's hilarious though.
Yeah, he is.
And he got like the Cuban link chain with the rosary and all that shit.
Did he have the taco meat out?
Yes. And
was he saying say hello to my little friend? Was he doing that?
And he got a grill.
Yo.
Yeah. Cubano as fuck. I was like, yo, fam, like, you from Miami?
Did he vote for Trump?
Oh, I ain't asked him all that. I'm not talking to Florida people
Cuban.
about politics.
I'm just saying Cuban. I just wanted to know. Floridian Cuban?
No. I get it. I'm just saying. So like when I was like, yo, this dude definitely killed people before, yo. He had to. So he just me off that. Like that ass, he has the whole fucking Miami Cubano mestismo going on with him. Like
I told you, I don't kill kids.
And the thing is, he don't talk. He rarely talks, dog. Rarely talks.
He's a fixer.
He's a fixer,
bro. Like like yo, when he walks around the building, he stands like this the whole time, just watching. I'm like, fam, but he was cool as fuck with me though. Like he would like every time he would serve me food, I'd be like, yo, appreciate you. He'd be like, anytime or whatever. He's like, anytime, bro. That was cool.
Well,
but
I didn't want to say this because I want to keep now that you're past that whole situation. We hired that guy to watch back down there because listen, it's Miami. It's Miami, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't been down there in a while. And I know you did some dirt before when you was living down there.
You're not supposed to tell him.
I mean, he has a right to know. You know what I'm saying?
Does he?
He would have aired the motherfucker out though if they'd try to. I'm just letting you know.
I mean, I believe that. I definitely believe that shit. I'm sure he has a high body count. I'm not talking about sex. But yeah, so I get there, right? And they gotta look through all your shit. So I made sure that I didn't bring
had nothing, no liquor or nothing like that.
Yeah. So I made sure I didn't bring like any like contraband or whatever. All that fuck shit. So I go into the room and they make me blow into the breathalyzer. This nigga looks at the shit, he's like, nah, you gotta do it again. I was like, why? He's like, that's just 0.0. He's like, when's the last time you drank? I'm like, shit, probably like 12 hours ago. He's like, no. You got to blow it again. So I blew it 3 times. Still 0.0.
A phrasing.
And then I popped in my piss test. So that's why they let me stay in. Because you know what they do? If you don't pop in your piss and you don't pop in your when you blow on the thing, phrasing.
I'm about to say you did not make it any better.
I'm not trying to though.
I bet.
They'll make you take a shot so they can admit you.
A shot.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't though. Explain that.
Well, it's a way to say that you are under some type of substance or whatever while you're in there. But my whole thing is that was one of the first red flags about those type of places. I'm like, so the only way you could be admitted is if you're already on something when you get there.
That's kind of weird to me.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree that it's weird, but I get the idea behind it though. Like, I'm not saying.
I wonder if it has something to do with its funding.
That's what I was about. That's exactly what I was about to say. If this situation is underfunded, you don't want to waste resources on people who don't actually need the resources.
Oh no, it's not underfunded. That shit's all through your insurance.
Nah, nigga, I'm that's not what I mean when I say underfunded. Like the program, mental health in general in the country is underfunded, and then the program or whatever company may be funding it may not be funding it to the degree that it needs to be funded. Like, just because your insurance was good with it, don't mean
what up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
What up? Don't mean it's not underfunded. And if in that type of situation, maybe they like, all right, look, it could be somebody. And again, think of this how you will. I'm not justifying it.
Right.
They could be like, yo, this might be somebody that's just homeless trying to get, somewhere to stay. This could be this.
Oh yeah.
That.
Well, that's what they be saying though. Like, if you don't have insurance, period, you're not getting in one of those facilities.
Right, but what if you just became homeless and your insurance ain't left yet?
I mean, shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
No, I get it.
It might just be a safeguard type thing.
Well, whatever. I mean,
it is.
So then,
it is.
Yeah. So then I go
to take a shot, and then.
Well, they made me do a COVID test.
Yeah, they didn't want you up in there, possibly.
Then my blood.
In Florida? That's interesting.
Then my blood working up. Well, it's a small facility with like 40 people.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. So Marissa says detox treatment is likely tied as a qualifier for funding. Mm-hmm. McKenna says Florida is weird. They probably do it for healthcare coding reasons to get more codes for the insurance for insurance purposes. So see, somewhere around that, the money,
something about money. Yeah.
About the money. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So what happened after that? Oh, then they made me. Oh, I had to get naked in front of Laz too, like butt ass.
But he had Kelly. He wasn't chilling. He wasn't wilding about that. Like he was cool.
So
I'm just gonna put a preemptive phrasing because I don't know what's gonna happen after.
You'll say
it's preemptive phrasing and continue.
Preemptive phrasing. So yeah, did that. Had to search me and all this shit. He didn't make me cough or nothing, so that was what was up.
See, that's why I put that preemptive phrasing.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
just let go.
But that's what they normally do with people. Like they make them, because everybody else they had to put their hands on the wall and cough. He ain't made me do that.
Because he was there for you.
Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know this now. Anyway,
no, we don't know him. How well do you really know somebody you contract?
That's true.
I barely know y'all, and I contracted y'all. So then fill out all these paperwork formalities, all this fuck shit, and they sent me on my way to my room. But when I first get there, I was like, yo, I need a cigarette. So I went out and I smoked on their back patio. And when I tell you that place, like the place is cool. It's just
where was it again?
In West Palm.
West Palm. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool.
Anyway,
it's Palm Beach, nigga. It was cool. It was cool.
No, I mean like cool that like. Shut up. Anyway, see, this is why I need a drink because niggas. Like
you had a drink already. It was a soda.
You use him as a crutch, nigga.
I can and I will. The fuck. So I went to have a drink and there's these two people out there, Deidre and Danny. Cool as fuck. Danny like 50 or like 55 or some shit. And Deidre, she's probably like 40 or some shit. And they were just out there smoking, just pretty much telling me about the place. They was like, yo, I know it's your first day, well, your first night, and you're gonna be in a 7-day detox. So like the first 5 to 7 days when you're in detox, they have you on seizure medicine.
Fuck.
Yeah, because since alcohol is a blood thinner, and if you get off of it too soon, you can have a seizure and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it helps you to like wean off it and all that. So they were just telling me, hey yo, just make sure you know hit the ground running and all this shit, even though you're a detox, because you don't have to go to the classes. But I was like, I was going to do that shit anyway because I didn't want to be sitting in my. Well, the first day I just sat in my room, and I think I did like one class because I was like just getting acclimated to the place.
What was the rooms like?
The room, well, my room was fairly decent. And shouts to my roommate Gabe, like he was cool as fuck. Like he wasn't dirty. He wasn't dirty, and he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like hard to.
Did he mind his business?
With. Yeah, well, he didn't mind my business, but
okay. All right, that's the best you go for. McKenna says you wasn't far from where she lived.
Oh, word. Where they live? Lakeland? We live in McKenna, Lakeland. So I'm acting like I forgot how fucking streams work, the delay and shit. I was expecting an immediate response.
That's why I was looking like,
you ain't been gone that long, yo.
Hey, bro, I
know it probably feel like forever,
fam. So yeah, he didn't mind my business, but there was like times where like fights would break out and shit.
Wow.
That nigga would like jump up and run out the room. He's like, "You coming?" I'm like, "Hell, fuck no! I don't want to be part of none of that shit. I don't want to see it. I don't want nobody asking me what I saw. None of that shit.
Right.
I'm cool." So Melbourne. I have no idea. That's in Australia or some shit. Like I don't know a lot of places in Florida other than like West Palm, fucking Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Orlando. But
you'd be surprised how many niggas is like that in Maryland too.
Dog, I'm pretty sure it's like that everywhere though.
Yeah.
So what else?
What up, Jason?
So yeah.
The room.
The room is nice.
Had a window, I assume.
Yeah, it had one window.
Bars on it.
No, I ain't had no bars. It was so crazy because I noticed that shit like the third week there that the window, what was the window screen is off the window, and the building is outside of the gate.
Interesting.
So if niggas wanted to break out and leave, niggas could have broke out and left that bitch.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
how did the surroundings look?
It was cool. It wasn't far from the airport. It was like a bunch of trees and shit.
Okay.
So like how they have it, they have it like fenced up. They have like a bunch of bushes in between like the fence and shit. So you can't really see outside. You can't really see the outside like that unless you're like looking through the bushes and you see like the traffic moving and shit. But basically everything's blocked off.
Gotcha.
But it's cool. Like they let us pretty much free roam the area. Like we don't really have a bad time and no shit like that. Like we can eat whenever the fuck we want. If there's food,
that's cool. It's not
we
a
can
prison,
go outside and smoke when we want, you know.
Yeah. That's actually dope. McKenna says Melbourne is north of West Palm and east of Orlando.
Sure. I mean but shouts to Melbourne.
Get your geography up, my guy.
I just did. Got it. I set a waypoint to Melbourne just now.
Yes.
So I start attending the room is straight. So our bedroom is kind of big, and it's just two fucking what's the one beside up the bed size up above the child size.
Full? Yeah,
full size. Yeah, the full size one. So we had two full size, a TV, a little desk area under the TV, and our bathroom was big as fuck. It's just the shower was small as hell though. The shower was the shower is like the size of like two regular closets. Well, actually like a closet.
Interesting.
But it had the what is it called? The rainfall type.
Yeah. That actually reminds me of the shower in the bungalow in Belize. The bungalow was a nice size, but the shower was job small as shit.
Yeah, small as fuck. Like it didn't even, and I guess it's for safety reasons. They have a shower curtain, but it's not like there's a barrier between the shower and the curtain. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just open. It'll just be like a open doorway if it wasn't for the shower curtain. So like the water like leaks out to the floor and shit. But
damn.
Yeah. But we eventually figured out how to fix that shit up. So I put all my shit up. He has his area. I have mine. And it's like my bed is by the wall, and then there's like 3 shelves on the side of it. So that he had the first shelf, and he was like, "Yeah, you just put all your shit on the second shelf." So I put all my shit there. And then I had my J's on too. And like when I walked up in there, everybody was talking about my J's. I'm like, damn, niggas gonna try to creep me for my I gotta be on my P's and Q's, dog. Like,
shoes, yo.
Hey, yo, fam, I was mean mugging for at least the first 3 days to make sure nobody fuck with me. Because I mean, of course, it ain't jail, but
I get it.
You have 40 people in a confined space. You know
yeah, bro.
Like,
yeah, no doubt. You gotta kind of put that energy out there. Like, I will fuck you up and touching my shit.
And we addicts, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just people that do that drink alcohol, you know.
Exactly.
Heads, meth heads, all that type.
Exactly.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I will beat shit down your leg, touching my J.
I would detox you real quick, my nigga.
Facts. Leave my shit alone.
You think you need them nurses? Nah, nigga. Give you this fuck out of here. But no, then we have. So the thing is, we have to do. This is how our days work. We have to do 6 hours of classes every day, like meetings and shit.
6 hours of classes
every day. So our day is packed full of counseling, meetings, therapy, and all that shit. Right. And then they have a spa there too. I ain't do that because I wasn't paying out of pocket to get my back cracked. Phrasing.
Yo,
what happened? But yeah, so
that's hilarious.
Let me tell you like how our counselings with our meetings with when we talk to like our counselors and shit or whatever.
Okay.
So we have our shit in a bungalow. I guess no, not a bungalow, a tiki hut. So it's like this big ass tiki hut. They got a bunch of sand and shit. The only thing about that is, and I learned there quick, there's a cat that roams around that area. So what is a tiki hut filled with sand to a cat? That's a stray.
Litter box.
That's a litter box, B.
Yes. I instantly stopped not wearing fucking socks when I once I saw that. Once I saw Obi the black cat, I was like, no.
Yo.
But I see everybody else dipping their toes in it. I'm like, y'all wilding.
Gross.
I was gonna throw in an anecdote, but I don't.
Why does sand got rocks in it? Oh, why the rocks soft?
Fam, nigga. and mad flies, dog. And I'm like, yo, how the fuck are we in the shade?
That's unsanitary as fuck.
Mad fucking flies everywhere. Because I'm thinking like, am I stink or something? I know I took a shower. Like, I might be musty. Because they're always around me. And I'm like, oh, it's because the cat probably shitted somewhere.
That cat shitted somewhere, everywhere.
Right. So, so one of the counselors, his name's David. And he's a Dominican dude from Boston. And if you know anything about Dominicans, and I'm sorry if this is stereotypical, but K-Lo-K, they are mad machismo.
Mm-hmm.
Loud.
Everyone that I've met.
Rambunctious. Just say whatever, right? So he's cool. And the thing that I don't like about the whole AA scene and all that shit, like the step part, the steps are mad like cultish, you know what I mean? Especially the first 5 is like, and I promise you I didn't learn none of them steps. I don't know them off rip. But
of course, because it's not necessarily something you just memorize.
Right.
Wasn't going to, but one of the first steps is like you have to give yourself up to your disease and your illness, and you're helpless towards it or some shit. Like it just sounds weak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that you could do to control it. So abstinence is the only way to be able to have a better life. I'm like, okay, cool. Because there's things. This is what because knowing me, y'all know how I am. If something seems weird to me, I'm going to look it up.
Right.
But luckily, what I did it the opposite way this time. I went through the whole program, and then like a week before I was about to leave, I started looking up is AA a cult and like the alternatives to AA because I wanted to make sure that I did it with an open mind. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to agree with everything, but there might be some things that click, and I could just apply it to
right. Well, here's a metaphor, real quick. There is no functioning foundation that you can improve without tearing down what's on top of it.
That's true.
Word.
Yes,
so
literally, that's true.
I think that's the idea behind step one.
Gotcha.
If the system is fucked up, adjusting it doesn't change it. You have to tear it down and build it back up.
And I get that. It just that's the word they say. You have to accept that you're powerless and your life has become unmanageable.
Well, for a lot,
nigga. That's why you were there.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I get that, but there's the way that they put it. Like the only way to get through this is through AA in the steps. Oh. It's a one size fit all.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I kind of feel you with that. I kind of feel that. It's a little weird, but
I understand that mindset because it's like with things like this. It tends to be harder to achieve if you don't buy in.
Yeah,
but that would be factual. But AA has a success rate of like in the single digits.
But you're giving the information that's related, but it's not causal, because with the information that you gave, that is a fact. With the information that I gave, if what I said was erased, it stands that percentage would be lower. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
but you're saying, well, at least there's a percentage. That's what
right. I'm saying that it has a success rate, and for something like that, you have to believe. You kind of gotta believe certain things.
I mean,
in order for them to work.
I get that.
Yeah,
but my brain works kind of different, to where I'm not susceptible to.
Nah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
you know, it's like what McKenna said. AA is very religious based.
Yeah,
you're not a religious person.
Correct.
So a lot of those, the way a lot of those steps are worded, are red flags. It comes off as red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I understand.
And
my brother said the same thing when he said the same thing.
And even all
he was religious.
Even all the other anonymous programs, they have pretty much the same tenets of AA. You know, they just like, especially the first 5 steps. Hey, what's good, Discord? So what was I gonna say? Because I did learn from it. You know what I mean? Like,
of course. Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, I want help. Let me get this help. Of course, it's gonna be shit I disagree with.
Of course,
and I don't have to take everything personal. You know what I mean? Like,
you take the stuff that you can use that's relevant to your life.
I literally just saw a TikTok about that this morning. A creator I've never come across in my life, saw him for the first time today, and literally the main message of the video that I watched is people need to learn to, when they see something, take the stuff that applies to them, and just leave the rest of it.
Yeah.
All of it don't apply to you.
But the thing is, in AA, in that facility, AA,
they want you to they
want you to take it all, and
that's all of them. That's all of them.
And they say if you don't, you have no chance to recover. You're fucked forever.
And that's definitely
there's no alternative to this, and that's
a red flag. That's a red flag for a guy like you. Like, it is like, even like the way I would hear that the same way you heard that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, since you didn't find one of the other non-religious secular ones in time, this is what you have.
So I had to best
out of what you got right then and there.
That's what I did. not even begrudgingly, only begrudgingly because I'm like, damn, I got to be here for fucking 38 days.
Yeah, right, right,
But
right.
other than that, I was, I'm open to everything, and to an extent. And
let me ask you this, and I hope this is not jumping past. Do you feel that you did benefit from your time down there?
Yeah, I do. All
right, that's what matters to me.
There was other shit that was going on at home that if it wasn't, I could have probably had a better experience.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I could compartmentalize shit. You know what I'm saying? Like while I'm there, I could be like, all right, when I'm in the classes and reading the steps and all that shit, just be into it, ask questions, be involved in the
be present.
Right, yeah, be present. Yeah. But after, I'm dealing with home shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I hate to be this guy.
Here we go.
But no, it's not you.
Oh.
Discord. That statement does not make logical sense. You cannot quit addictions cold turkey several times unless you're talking about several different things. And in that case, that's still transference. That's not like that's not how
the addictive behavior is still
let's we take this mental health conversation very seriously. Let's differentiate between AA is the only way to break this addiction and you can just break an addiction because you want to. That's not, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
And that's definitely not a message. We want to tell people if you can go get help, go get some help.
Thanks.
Oh, and McKenna, I know about SMART. That's recovery I'm going to get into also because they have counseling in Mount Pleasant, which is probably like 30 minutes away, but I'll make those if I can. So David, he was teaching us about what was he? Damn, a lot of I kind of forgot a lot of the shit. No, because a lot of this shit was just like it's like kind of like self-deprecating a little bit. You know what I mean? Because he would talk a lot of shit about like the midbrain and all this shit. And I'm not sure if the midbrain is an actual clinical term in psychology. So he'll say, but the way that he'll be like, oh, the reason why you do it because alcohol, in a sense, is a reward, and your frontal lobe sees it as that, and then it goes in your midbrain and it fucks up other shit in your head. See, the way this is the problem with those rehab centers is addicts helping to recover addicts, and it's not actual like medical shit. Because the way that he did the analogy, he was like, you have to do the 12 steps. Imagine if you had cancer, you will go through chemo and radiation in order to help cure your cancer or what's the other word? For it to go to remission.
Yeah.
He said you have to look at this the same way. I was like, all right, cool, bet. But the only issue with that is you guys don't treat this disease with medical care outside of us going to a nurse station. You guys.
So just for the people that's listening, yes, the midbrain is a medical term. It's part of the central nervous system. It's located below your cerebral cortex and at the top of your brain stem. The midbrain serves important functions in motor movement, particularly movements of the eye, and in auditory and visual processing. It also plays an important role in pain and the sleep-wake cycle. So,
okay, word. See, that's why I couldn't just outright discount what he was saying because I'm like, I'm not sure if it's true or not.
Right.
But the thing is, it's addicts recovering addicts, and I'm not sure if that's the best course to go at it.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I mean, it could be if they have
end up in that work.
No, I know it's true. Yeah, it's true. That's a part of the steps too. They call it step work, and that's giving yourself to the community and shit like that. That's a part of that's one of the steps in the 12 steps program.
Right. No, listen, I definitely feel your hesitation with a lot of that, but what I will say is it does make sense that a lot of former or recovering addicts.
Yeah, it does make sense, but
yeah, because remember, before they were addicts, they were people who had aspirations. Right. They went to school. They did all this other stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if they have
that shit affects all walks of life.
If they have something under their belt, too, I think that's a plus. You know what I mean? They got some schooling too, not just have addicts talking to addicts to help them in recovery if they don't have any learning.
Yeah, they're not going to put somebody that they feel is not qualified in there to do
I would
that
say
shit.
the majority in official places have schooling.
And also,
and he does.
I think that would definitely affect their funding.
You
just grabbing motherfuckers out the street,
Bobo off the street, like talk to these niggas. So I'm involved in the classes. I talk and do my thing, and there's one subject that makes people real touchy that David always brings up.
Mm-hmm.
He says that you have to have a healthy fear of your disease, which I agree. And he says the way that he does it, he puts in his mind that my disease will push me to the bottom, to where I would be under a bridge with homeless people and sucking dick to smoke crack. He was like, y'all have to think like that. Go ahead.
Why would he say that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm seriously bugging with that.
And listen. Mind you, I had to go to those classes every day.
I have a question. Is it possible that he was saying that to elicit a laugh?
That nigga was not laughing. No. No, he was like he teaches with a passion, and every time he brought up that story, he said that shit with a fucking passion. He's like, I know if I use again, I would end up being under a bridge sucking dick for my substance.
But the reason he knows that is because that's what he was doing.
Right.
Hey, I don't know.
Still wouldn't have said it.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I still don't think I would have said that.
You guys have to think like that. I was like, yo, sir, fam. I am not sucking no deals for a bottle of nothing. I said, yo, worst comes to worst, I lose everything, nigga. I get a job at McDonald's, my nigga. Fuck it.
You won't be able to keep it.
Hey, nigga, I'm not sucking deals for alcohol, nigga. No, it is not that deep.
You saying that you'll never get into a position where you're so strung out on that,
nigga. Listen,
you line up to the Frank stand.
No,
literally.
Like, and no, there's no reality on this in this planet, in this universe, where I will be doing that. Okay, maybe the other ones, sure, but not this one. Fuck that.
Got you.
Okay.
And that's what everybody else's consensus was pretty much like, except for the susceptible people, because there's like a lot of young kids there too. They're like, damn, it could really get that bad for me. But some of them are like, they on heavy drugs. That's the
other thing I was about to say. One thing that you have to take into account is everybody ain't there for alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before about the Jordans. Like,
yeah.
But damn, like, nigga, like, no, there ain't no way, no. Fuck out of here. Like, so I'm just like, so what would be my worst condition? You know what I'm saying? Like, bottom. Shit. I fail school, homeless. That'll be the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
For me, you know what I'm saying? If I picked up again and just went all ham and all that shit.
No doubt.
Another good thing, like, therapy helps a lot talking about shit. Like, I let a lot of shit off that I never thought I would talk about, yo.
Right.
Like
that one experience under the bridge that time.
Yeah, that one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that one thing with that girl in the bedroom.
Can you not do that?
I'm not gonna
do that.
I'm not gonna say the whole thing. I'm not gonna say the whole thing.
Yo, if I get any fucking DMs asking me about that shit.
Yo, where did him go? Watch him leave.
He's about to spit tape.
Hey, no. I didn't say what happened, nigga.
First of all, I have to say this. Niggas
this is what,
yo.
This is why I wasn't here since April.
Listen, niggas are awful.
As fuck.
I need motherfuckers to understand. Niggas are awful. They're monsters.
No,
monsters.
No. No. I ain't say nothing.
You said enough.
I didn't say nothing.
You said enough,
nigga.
You said enough. Nick,
Yo,
listen,
I didn't
what
say
y'all have to understand.
With friends like these,
niggas are awful. Niggas are monsters. Like y'all don't know. Y'all watch the show and you may communicate with us periodically throughout the course of the week. Niggas are monsters. Monsters.
So no, James, I did not tell her about that.
Okay, okay. All right. Yo, hold up. Wait, in my defense. No, shut up, too. In my defense, this is my first time hearing the story too.
That's true.
So I'm naturally reacting to.
That's very true.
For a microsecond, I forgot we was live.
Nah, nigga. Nah. You got a whole.
But I stopped myself.
How many screens you got in front of you?
Wow! Just the one. I mean,
nigga, you got that 4K motherfucker.
No, shut. Listen.
Nigga, you about to allow me out in 4K, dog. Wow.
I would never.
Wow.
I didn't say it.
Yo.
That's why. See, all right. So
this shit should not be as funny as it is.
No, real quick. In all seriousness, let's a break from what just happened. In all seriousness, that's one of the reasons why when I say certain things, I say them slowly, so that I can make sure. 2 reasons, so that I can make sure I'm appropriate.
Yeah,
and 2, so I can gauge the reaction of what's happening, and then adjust accordingly.
Let me ask you this: did you gauge that reaction? I stopped. My bad. Yo. Y'all just don't know.
It was at the precipice. He was about. I was
right there, and then I was like, "Oh, nah." I said, whatever.
Let me check flights to West Palm Beach.
Yo,
I might need another 30 days.
Shut up, yo.
Fuck.
Oh my god! I stopped.
Yo, oh my goodness.
So yeah,
I missed this. This right here.
Me too, dog. Hell yeah. At least 75% of it. The other
75%. All right.
I mean, listen. Nothing is 100%. So
that's true.
I ain't even mad at it.
That's true.
I'll take 75.
Oh, and the food there. The food, it was hit or miss, but it made me get fat.
Wait a minute. What?
The food. Yeah, I know your ears perked up, nigga. I think some more. have low conditioning and shit, salivating.
Mind your damn business. Listen,
yo, they fed us nothing but fucking carbs, dog. Like,
wow.
Now, you ain't got no vegetables?
Huh?
You ain't got no vegetables, my guy?
I mean, I started off that way.
Wow.
At least 3 weeks in, I started eating more veggies.
Right.
But after that 4th week, because I was over that shit, I was like, damn, I'm ready to go home, dog. And y'all trying to hold me even longer? Because they don't
trying to hold you longer.
Yeah, because they don't count your detox as your days. They count your days after detox. But I was pissed off because people were leaving the facility that got there after me and wasn't doing the same amount of time. Either their insurance ran out, or they had some emergency or whatever, or they fucking got themselves kicked the fuck out, whatever.
Got you.
But yeah, man, that food, they nothing but carbs, and just like. We had to make our own fun and shit. Like, people would play cornhole. I saw the football around a few times and shit, which is fun. Like, I was getting active.
You didn't get to play no PS5 or nothing?
Nah, well, I got to play the Xbox. They had one Xbox X series.
Okay.
So I downloaded Fight Night and Assassin's Creed. I got to play that a few times. I was watching niggas though. Niggas wasn't fucking me.
Word.
Then they fucking ass. Like, I would let them win the first time.
In their defense, I'm sure some of their motor skills weren't really that great. Their midbrains all.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Lost, my nigga. You got to eat that.
I really don't like you.
Y'all don't know monsters.
Nah, they good. They had their 7 days of detox, my nigga. Shit, they straight.
They fixed it.
I don't think. That's not
how that works.
Man, we don't pay you. We don't pay you to think.
Actually, you do.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well, I don't pay you at all.
Title, nigga.
COO. Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's why we don't pay you to pay.
Yeah, though, I ain't see a red since I've been starting this shit. That's crazy as fuck. Getting used.
Yo.
But yeah, and then like I said, the food, it was hit or miss. So people were like, they would spend like $100 on pizza for everybody in the building. They was like, yo, Jamie, you gonna do that before you leave?
Spend $100 on pizza?
Hell no, not for y'all niggas. But y'all can spend it on me though. That's cool.
Monsters.
No fuck. And because like I would have done that shit if the people would have did my FMLA and short-term disability correctly.
Oh yeah, you did say that the man ain't put the shit in the way he was supposed to put that shit in.
Yeah, this shit, Jessica, she didn't put it in at all. So I didn't get my shit filled out and put in until this week.
You know what pissed me off about that? So a lot of times when you hear Addy talk about his job, the accusations that they've placed on him about certain things, you might can make an argument and say, well, okay, you're at your work and you should, but that should apply to them too. Like, yeah, that's your job to do that shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I didn't get so they fired that caseworker.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then one of the leads, they came to me. They was like, oh, Jessica, she said she wanted to get your contact with you before you leave. I'm like, fuck no. She had one fucking job.
Yeah, one job. I want to get your contact. What?
So now my shit's in. I'm just waiting for it to get approved. Hopefully it does. Then I get my back pay. My back pay gonna be.
Nigga, yo, listen. When you supposed to be getting that back pay? Because I got a couple ideas.
Oh, keep having them.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Keep having them ideas.
No, we'll talk about that later.
Yo, let me hold something.
No, it ain't even that.
Oh, see, because fam, I was about to do you dirty. James rich out here, dog. I see this nigga, he making beats with a beat pad now with the drums.
That's not new. I've been doing that.
I was not abreast to the situation.
Whatever, nigga.
I did not know at all.
Yo, if you got that from a video, that video old as shit. Look at the date on that video.
Right.
Sir, I just got back.
No, nigga. I'm talking about months and months and months, not 36 days.
The one I put the emojis on that I commented on today.
You ain't see no beep head in that video?
Yeah, nigga.
All right.
The one that says the power is out on all streaming services. Because then I checked my Spotify to make sure my shit was still working.
When you say working,
yeah, what does it mean?
No, I made sure like Spotify was still on because you said power is out on all streaming services.
Oh damn!
I checked Hulu too. Hulu is working.
The shit.
You don't.
I mean, it's only a month.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't. Because you said power.
The power was out. The power was out.
I understand. Yes, I get the.
Laugh at my fucking joke, you bitch.
Damn goon.
Jesus, he's trying to fucking stone cold face whole time.
No, yo, I love you, yo. I miss you.
Love you too. So I called my what's called the HR person. She was like, yeah, I remember talking to you. She said she's gonna try to see if I can get paid before my shit gets approved and all that. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully I still even have my job, but it seems like I do.
Fuck that, you got your job.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got your job. I'm serious though. I'm not. It's not what it sounded like. I really do. Remind me.
No. I got you. Okay. I thought you was going the other way, and I was.
No. Just remind me that I have to ask you something.
I'm being mad Republican this year. I'm not doing no handouts. No, I'm just playing.
Yo, this nigga's crazy. This nigga's crazy.
So that's pretty much my experience. There's more, but I can tell y'all about that shit later.
Right.
So what my plans are? Well, my plan was to do. They wanted me to do PHP. PHP is what you do when you leave a facility, and then you go to like another another place, but you have more freedom. You get to have your phone 24/7.
Right.
You get to go out and about and all that shit. I was like, nigga, I would not be doing no fucking PhD in Florida, my nigga.
Yeah.
Do you know how lit? Do you know how lit I'm going to be? And I got money on me, and my homeboys is literally down the street.
Right.
No, DK, no, I'm not doing that. So I wanted to do IOP, and the IOP is inpatient, outpatient care, where you go to a facility for 3 hours a day, 3 times a week, and you do pretty much what you do. What I was doing in treatment, but I guess a little bit more thorough. Like they set me up with other shit, like a psychiatrist and all that shit.
Right.
That shit's like $3,000 for a month, even with my insurance.
Shit,
I can't afford it.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Right.
And the dude was like, "Oh, do you want to do it in installments of 3?" I'm like, "Bro, like, you think that makes it better?" Like,
You'll say you thought you just helped, didn't you?
Yeah, I bet you thought you were helping right there.
You were not helping at all. So I guess what I'll do, I'll try to get a therapist in the meantime and try to see if I could go to any smart counseling. Well, not counseling, like smart groups or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm gonna just make sure that I stay busy. Like as soon as I got here, but yesterday, like I was on the move. Like I was like, all right, this is what you have to do. You got to stay busy. So I went to Walmart, got me a basketball because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start playing basketball again. I got me all the shit that I need to hook up for the studio, like the Ethernet cords and external hard drives and all that shit. Because Jennifer got her computer too, so we're gonna start gaming and shit. And
that's
I set everything up. What else did I do? I did a bunch of. I got food and shit. So because I'm gonna cook sometime this weekend. Like I like yo, your objective. Because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna ever just stop drinking completely because I enjoy it, but I'm gonna give myself a fair shot and not drink for as long as possible.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna say. Your enjoyment is not the priority. If you know that shit takes you down a path you don't want to be, forego your enjoyment. There's a lot of things that I enjoyed that I did when I was in my 20s. I know goddamn well I can't be doing that shit now because it'll lead me down a path that I don't want to be down.
And that's what I'm saying. I already went down there, so it's just like I know what's there. Let's try over here because, like, yo, it's been like shit 20 years I haven't been sober. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been drinking since I was 15. I'm 35 now. Did I do that math right? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just don't do that. I don't like that.
I said yes, nigga.
Yeah, but I don't like the face you made.
so all right, okay.
That's what I just
yes.
Yeah, that's better. Spot on.
Yo.
And then it's just like I just want to see what it's like being sober, like enjoying things sober, doing things sober. You know what I mean? Right. Not drinking into oblivion. Because like I used to use, like, yo, you do a lot of shit. You're responsible. You don't depend on nobody. You pay your bills. You go to school. You passing. You're doing all this shit. Shit, why not drink? Have a reward. But now I'm just like, yo, you have all this shit. Drinking could fuck this shit up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Find your reward someplace else. Like even when I was at that center, I was working out 3 times a week, hitting the gym and shit. You know what I mean? Like just do shit like that. Find other outlets. Like my main reason for drinking because I'd be bored as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I come home from work, go to school and do my schoolwork. I'm just like, ain't shit to do. I'll go drink and play the game. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just tired, so I make an excuse like, oh, here's my reward. Drink is my reward. You know what I mean? That's another thing that I learned from the treatment shit too. I never looked at it like that.
Right.
The drinking is the reward, but what comes after that shit?
Right.
You incoherent, you beefing with people, you taking shit over the top, you know what I mean? Like hurting yourself, hurting others, you know.
And then it gets to a point where you stop enjoying yourself. And that's the reason you're no longer drink. Like again, there are things to do, my brother. That's why, like I said, It's about if you need to fill your time with something, there are so many different activities that you can get involved with that are enjoyable.
Yeah.
That becomes the reward.
But the thing is, I need to start getting back into the things that I like to do, like streaming,
absolutely,
rapping. You know what I'm saying? Shut up, James.
Hey,
it was a preemptive strike. That was a preemptive strike.
I said everything I should have needed to say yesterday. Was that yesterday? Whatever day that was in the group chat.
I just had to preemptively W because niggas be wilding.
Niggas are monsters.
I am niggas.
And now I'm excited to see how I enjoy those things sober. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of things too, bro, that you
because I'm so used to doing those things drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Creating, I'm always creating while drinking. Now I want to see how I create sober with a sober mind. Can I hear things better? Will I enjoy it more? But I've always been afraid to do it because I'll be like, what if I don't like it? Like what? Because I'm thinking like the drink is what's making it fun.
If you don't like it, then you do it again.
Yeah, that's what the retakes.
Do it over. Yeah.
But but do you get what I mean? Like just doing it, I'm thinking my mind is thinking what makes it fun isn't the actual doing it. What's making it fun is drinking.
But by that logic, sitting down and watching something you have zero interest in watching while drinking would be fun.
Nah, depends on what it is.
That's the point that I'm making, nigga.
Nigga, stop making points and let me land. Shut the fuck up.
Nigga, you already under the ground. You can't land no more.
No, but I'm just saying, like, my mind's thinking that the only reason why I like these things is because I like them I like them because I'm drinking.
That. I'm not talking to that you.
So, okay, well then,
that's the past, nigga.
Oh, I just want to see how I'm gonna like it,
right?
Because I've done those things before sober. You know what I'm saying? It was just so long ago that I don't really.
Discord has a point there too. He says you're associating drinking with boredom.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I guess that's why I said there's a lot of activities that you absolutely loved to do at some point, and once you detach the fact that it's not the drinking as why you like to do that, I think that that'll go a long way in you disassociating the drinking part with the activity.
Yeah, that's
like you like to play video games, nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not the alcohol. You like to play video games. You know what I'm saying?
But then I'm just thinking, like, shit. What if it's just because of the alcohol? But it's not. But
then try it. Then just play without it, and then see if you still enjoy it. If you still like talking shit while you beating somebody's ass in Street Fighter or some shit like that, then it's you like doing that shit.
I want to make an amendment.
I'm glad you said Street Fighter and not Tekken, because
I don't talk shit. I talk that real shit.
So.
Oh, okay, but that's still talking shit. You just put real in the middle.
Nah, but I emphasize it. That just makes it more real.
Oh, okay. All right, got you.
But yeah, that was my month and a half.
Word. Well, we appreciate you sharing that with us and the audience. I think it's good for that sort of thing because everybody, I know in our audience, especially the ones that listen after this on streaming and shit, there's a whole world out there of people that probably have similar experiences with addiction and all of that stuff. Also, I think it's dope that you brought up some of the reservations you had about some of the things, the way they teach them, because that's important too. Because other people need to know that if they think that they're not alone, there are other people that see that too. You know what I'm saying? So all of that was
also the audience was on our top for real. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, they was.
Phrasing.
They was when you was good.
What? Call it what you want, nigga.
I did.
I said when I said I ain't.
Yo, where Addy?
Where Addy at? Yo, where Addy at? Addy not here? Where Addy?
Oh,
no,
I love you guys.
Not here.
Keep being on their top. I love it.
Nigga, you back now? What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about? You back?
I mean, I'll be back.
Adequate's back, and it's gonna be trouble.
Oh, goodness.
So my week was fairly uneventful. There was a couple of cool things that took place. I did go and see the Transformers movie the other day, and while I'm sure there are people in our audience who haven't seen it yet, what I have been learning is that a lot of people that don't have plans to go and see it, right?
Yeah, no,
they don't even plan to go and see the shit, right?
Nah.
But I can give you a non-spoilery for the ones that do.
What up, Cindy?
What up, Cindy?
What's up?
There was a lot of co-opting of very blatant ideas from other IPs, right? Like very blatant co-opting of other IPs. And overall, it was a summer movie, you know, the popcorn movie with shit that blow up and one-liners and all that shit. But they did something very interesting. There is an after credit thingy. It is something very interesting where they blended two different IP, blatantly blended, like on purpose, two different IPs. And I'm going to refer to this now. If they continue this,
wait, no, that's a spoiler.
It is what?
Yes.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot.
No, it's not really. It's not really, honestly.
I'm gonna use the acronym then.
It's only like 3 choices.
The HCU.
Okay.
Right? It looks like that they're about to start the HCU. So y'all can go and try to figure that out if you want. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, the movie didn't really set the world on fire. It wasn't one of them type things, but I think it was a summer movie, a fun summer movie and shit. And also, they released Gen 2. So for those of you not familiar with that, it's this company called Runway ML, I believe. And they have a piece of software out there that you use on your browser that uses AI to do several things in the graphic art department and shit, right? One of the things they brought out was Gen 1, which was a text to video. Text to video was looking really bad for that particular version of it. But you saw the potential, but it just wasn't there. They released Gen 2, and I gotta say, that shit's usable. I'm saying it's usable. It ain't perfect. Still got a ways to go with it, but it's very usable. So I went and fucked with that. I presented it to my partners in Majestic because, you know, I do all of the video editing over there. Multiworld does all of the video editing for Majestic. And the thing about doing video editing with original content is that when your brand is small, like ours right now, it's really hard to find things that's relevant to what you're talking about with your IP. So I think I do a reasonably good job of using stock footage, mixing it in with our artwork to come up with these presentations or whatever. But the fact that now I can just like put some text in and maybe even an image prompt of something in there and come up with some decent video that is contextually more connected to what I'm talking about, our IP, that gives me flexibility I didn't have before. Right? So I did spend some time this week getting acclimated to that, figuring that out, its limits, its current limits, and how I can mitigate those limits. And like I said, it's dope. So I'm going to actually release something in a couple of days. You guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I think you're going to be blown away with what this thing can actually do. And because this technology is growing and developing fast as a motherfucker, because like I said, Gen 1 wasn't that great. I don't care what they say. Gen 1 was not that great. I don't care what they say. But how fast it went from Gen 1 to Gen 2 and able to do that, I can only imagine what that's going to be in another 6 months, another year, whatever. It's going to be crazy. So I had a lot of fun with that creatively wise. That's why what I'm saying to Addy is one of the things that Addy loved to do is be creative. Once he detaches that from that alcohol, I think you're going to find you still like to be creative.
Hell yeah.
That shit is it's fun, it's satisfying, and it's something that you've been doing for a long time. Something I've been doing for a long time. Something She's been doing for a long time, right? So I feel like things like that, you catching up with that sort of thing, and some of the stuff that's out there that's available now for you to actually fuck with. I think you're gonna be surprised at the things you're gonna be interested in.
I just need y'all to give me like a little.
I got you. I got a document with all that shit, with links to all that shit on it. I got you.
Word.
I got you. The other thing is, like last week I talked about I'm ready for this cat to grow the fuck up. Like the kid and shit, it was cool for a little while, but time for your ass to get a job or something. Like, you gotta grow the job. You gotta grow the fuck up. This motherfucker has been around here wilding, like even more than he was before.
Kittening is the proper term.
Wild kittening. He was around this motherfucker wild kittening. Bro, I'm talking swinging from chandeliers.
That's what the fuck he's supposed to do.
Nigga, no. To the point where the other cats are now taking turns beating his ass because you see, in cat reality, corporal punishment is not illegal.
Facts.
And
Pop house.
He's the only boy cat here. All the rest of them are girl cats, and they not having the bullshit.
Oh yeah.
This I think you understand. I can be sitting right here where I am right now doing some work with the headphones on, and through the headphones, I hear them. And I look over there and go, oh shit, they putting paws, fangs, tails, and fur on his ass.
Tails. Oh my God.
They're beating his ass. And the thing that's crazy about him is that after the ass whooping,
he gonna do it again.
He's like, please, ma'am.
Right.
Can I have another? Because I am not gonna stop.
Fuck no. He's 10 paws down.
He's 10 paws down.
It's up there and stuck there, dog.
Nigga, it's up and it's stuck.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, we have these little nylon tunnels that have like 3 openings for them to do their little thing in. One of them will go in there trying to chill. He will find himself he'll find out that they're in there, and then
this can't stand.
Every entrance, exactly. every entrance, he's there at once. He can like split himself up into 3 different versions of himself.
Shut up.
And he is attacking from all sides. And the cat on the inside, just trying to chill. Cats like to be in shit. They just trying to chill. And he has no chill in him. They wig out. And before you know it, the fur is flying. The nylon thing is bouncing all around the damn room. Paws and shit going through. Skippity paps. They catching all of that. He catching all of that. And it typically ends with him lying on the ground. And one of them on top with the one paw thing going, son of a bitch. Right? That's how that shit typically ends. And he'll chill out. But when they leave, he'll be rowdy again. He'll be rowdy as shit. So at first, and I noticed this is very similar to T'Challa. T'Challa was a kid and he ain't sleep as much as he should have. These other cats sleep 14 goddamn hours in this house. I love it. Mind your business, because again, I was talking to my mom's about some of this, and she said, "Yeah, well, cats don't really care." I said, "Where are these cats? where are these breeds of cats that don't give a fuck what you do? Where? Which ones? Right? These cats give a fuck about everything. If you go in the bathroom and close the door, they outside. You closing doors around here. I go out the backyard. They know I went out the backyard. I come back. They all hovered at the back door like, fuck, what the fuck? What you doing? I'm sitting there trying to watch a little bit of TV in a chair. They come over, sit in front of you and go, what are you doing? Why you ain't doing stuff? And this one will come and bring his little crinkle ball over there and drop it at my feet. Say, hey, throw this.
Fuck yeah.
Throw this. So where are these cats? These alleged cats that don't give a fuck what humans do. Because in my experience, in 14 years living with cats,
right?
Yeah, I've only seen one. And even she slipped a lot of times and minded other people's business when she shouldn't have been. She should have been just chilling. You know what I'm saying? So these cats are nosy. They're always they care about what the fuck happens. And then when he finally does go to sleep, this is my wife's thing. She loves to do. Because, well, he bothers us when we're asleep. He comes in here, jumps on the bed, jumps on you, then he'll jump on her, then he'll go back to you, then he'll do the little shit like he about to chill. You know what I'm saying? The little kneading of the thing and turn around, and then he's back jumping on him, and he don't ever chill. He don't ever chill. So when he's asleep, and my wife sees him sleep, it's payback. It's payback. Hey, little round. You trying to sleep? Are you asleep? Harvard his ass. And that's cool. It's funny. We all chuckle, we laugh. But I know the revenge is coming. When he finally gets up, he's on that bullshit. Like, Umar, you thought it was amusing to bother me while I tried to get this rest and recharge my battery, didn't you? That's fine. You know, I have all day to take a nap. Y'all got to get up and do shit.
Yep.
so just know.
They know exactly what time it is.
Thanks.
What up, Joe? So just know that when y'all in here trying to work, I'll be there.
Yep.
When you're upstairs in the kitchen trying to make yourself a nice little snack and you turn around and almost break your neck because I'm standing right behind you. Just remember that bullshit you did when I was trying to sleep. All right? When you hear something that sounds like my poopy litter box paws on the dining room table and you're downstairs, just know you're not wrong.
When you are chilling, I'll be there.
I'll be there. When you trying to watch TV and I jump up on the entertainment center where the TV is and I'm all in the way. And yes, I get this is a 60-inch television or whatever, but it don't matter because that little bit of space I take up is enough to annoy you for the whole thing. I'll be there. And then when you complain and when you get mad and you want to squirt me with water, you want to do some other shit like that, just understand you brought this on yourself for two reasons. One, you bothered me when I was sleeping. Two, you brought me in here in the first place. You didn't really need another cat. You had 3 cats. One of them's an old lady cat. The other 2 are roughly around the same age, so they had themselves to keep themselves. You didn't need me. But you brought me in here anyway because you missed JB. And I kind of look like JB. I understand.
You're using me.
I understand.
It's a sham.
I understand. But now that I'm here,
the jig is up.
The jig is up. And you jigs are going to be made to pay. You're going to be made to pay. Every time you bother me, every time you are trying to get me back by annoying me, I got more time on my hands than y'all did.
You're like, y'all know y'all fucked up, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And now you can't leave.
Now you can't leave.
He's like, it was cool in the beginning.
It was all for the
I learned my way around the land.
Right. Listen, he has to grow up.
I mean,
is there a hyperbolic chamber like on Dragon?
We talked about this last week. The answer has not changed.
Like I need him to be a grown cat that sleeps 14 hours a day, and
I get it.
He's never gonna mind his business because none of these cats mind their fucking business. None of them.
It's not in their job description.
See, that's what it used to be. See, that's why I say we lived long enough to see the evolution of cats. Because there was a time when they were like that.
Sure.
And our domestication, we had cats around since ancient Egypt and before, right?
Right.
We lived long enough to see the switch over.
And they've lasted long enough to switch over.
Yeah, facts. Those things about cats not giving a fuck used to be true.
Right.
They 100% used to be true. My Aunt Betty had a cat. Fuck about nothing nobody was doing. Feed me or feed me to something. I just want to be part of the food chain. But whatever it is, I don't give a fuck what you did. Right? That's how they used to be, bro. If those cats still exist, please tell me what breed they are, whatever. Because we ain't finding them. Them motherfuckers coming in here caring. They caring way too much. So that was my week. SBJ. What was your week like?
Nigga.
When he start that way.
Yeah. It's going to be a doozy. Strap in, folks.
Bro, we might go over just off of this week. I ain't even going to hold that on to him. Bro. All right. So I got this shit broken down into sections.
Right.
So we got a lot this week. So as Eddie just alluded to, strap in. Right. Long ass rant ahead. Not an angry one. Not an angry rant at all.
Okay.
But long nonetheless.
Yeah.
So this first thing, public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce some evidence that the theory I've been working on. Well, one, I got a couple. One, the group text is the bane of existence for society, and it needs to be stopped. Let me explain.
First of all, I know you got an explanation for this. I know you do. But let me just say, before I hear your explanation, on behalf of group text, I've gotten a lot of work done.
No, wait. You burn the lead. So, see, I already have some believers. I see
Cindy down there.
It's funny that that's what you stopped me to say, because my very next sentence is, yes, it's convenient at times.
It is. It really is.
But people absolutely abuse it. Now, mind you,
that's true.
This is different from a group chat for the purposes of our discussion today.
Okay, got you.
I love a good group chat.
Got you.
Our line of delineation for this conversation is texting through your provider versus messaging on a messaging app.
Oh, just a quick relevant advertising. Y'all should really be using WhatsApp. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Y'all should really be using WhatsApp.
Oh my God. So today we're discussing the former. We're talking about texting through your provider. There is no universal way to stop the group text. If a way for your particular device exists, either there are slight variations for others, or it's not a foolproof method. Mm-hmm. I currently have 2 group texts going on that I know are annoying the hell out of some of the participants. The first one is a family group text. So every year we used to do this thing. It's easiest to just call it a family reunion. Generally, my mother is in charge of organizing it. She got tired of the stress of all of it and stopped. This is amazing foreshadowing, by the way, but I digress. So basically, my generation is now trying our hand at organizing it.
Oh shit!
Family gets weird and hard to explain, but the oldest person of my generation, of my close family, is the person that is in charge. It doesn't seem like he understands how planning things with so many people works. So I made it clear from the jump, and am continuing to do so, that I'm not putting no extra pressure or responsibility on myself. My motto at this point in my life with most group activities is get somebody else to do it. I got enough going on myself.
Yeah.
But that's not going to stop me from being critical of him.
Okay.
So out the fucking gate, I would argue that a group text is not the most efficient way to plan something like this. And here's
agree.
why. You got a bunch of people with their own lives with different schedules and
Agreed.
responsibilities, and you're
Agreed.
trying to lock down dates and get money for deposits and get ideas for activities and get a list of contributions for food. So if this event was for like 10 people or so, maybe a group text could work. And I still say maybe, right? But y'all got to understand how big my family is. Let's just go over the bunch that I consider my close family.
We big as fuck, bro.
Shut up, nigga. Stick with me. Stick with me. So you have my grandparents who have both passed away. They had like 9 children. Out of those 9, 5 I expect to be there. So that's 5 people. From this point, I'm just going to count the people who are likely to attend in order to make this easier. So 5 people. So my one aunt has 2 children, 11 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. That makes 25 people. My one uncle has 3 children and 3 grandchildren. That makes 31. Another uncle has 2 children and 1 grandchild. That makes 34. My aunt had 1 son and 3 grandchildren. That makes 38. Add me. That's 39. My last uncle has 2 children and 2 grandchildren. That makes 43. So 43 people, right?
Nah, listen. Hold up. Stop it.
But wait, no, because it gets worse. 43 people, right? But I didn't count anybody's significant other.
No, bro, we not. Listen.
That takes the number to at least 50. Also, I didn't count all of my family. That was just my close family that came from my grandparents that are likely to be there. Then, remember when I started talking about this and I said the easiest way to explain this is a family reunion? Instead of just calling it a family reunion, that's because it's not a family reunion.
Right.
Close friends come too.
Right.
So we could be talking anywhere from 75 to like 110 people.
I just have to say on some Seinfeld shit, who are these people?
so no, there aren't 100 people.
Said, but wait, there's more.
So no, there aren't 100 people in the group text. That would be ridiculous. But that's why a group text isn't the best way to plan this particular thing.
No.
Another reason, when things aren't happening the way the person who is organizing it sees fit, there's an attempt to pull rank. The problem with that is every person in this group chat that you're talking to is grown. Yeah. Yes, you're the oldest.
Yeah.
We all grown.
Yeah.
Right? So either you're embarrassing them, and then because of that, they're just not going to respond, or they don't have the time or energy to reply to you. They've decided that it's not in their best interest to reply to you.
They disconnect from it.
Right. Okay. So the last issue exclusive to this group text is that somebody in the group text has some sort of blocking enabled. so anytime you respond to the group text, you get another message immediately back stating that some person has blocking enabled.
That's hilarious.
Okay. So there's something else with this group text, but I gotta go to the other group text first. The other group text is for this group trip. Now, this second one is not only more appropriate for a group text, it makes more sense to me in a group text form, but the people in it mostly understand how this kind of thing works. Also, I'm the one who's been planning the group trips. I go in there, I give the
field trips.
I mean, that's an extreme version of a field trip. But I go in there, I give the information, I answer questions, and I'm out. Okay. Everybody knows what they need. Everybody knows what they're responsible for. The only real issue with this group text, for me, is something that exists with the other one as well. Everybody doesn't read rooms well, and everybody doesn't have good group text etiquette.
I need you to go back a little bit and explain to us what group text etiquette means.
Is Fab in here? He's not here. Fab one of these.
I haven't seen him yet.
He one of these people. So I can. All right. So in the other group text, Fab is one of the people that doesn't have proper. But in the other group text, it's several people. So let's talk etiquette. This group text exists for a specific reason. We are planning a thing. This ain't the time to be asking somebody about somebody you ain't seen in a month of Sundays.
Okay.
This ain't the time to be telling people such and such said, give them a call when you get a chance. This ain't the time for individual conversations.
Right.
Text them specific people you were talking to, and stop bothering everybody else.
Agreed.
Not only are you bothering people that ain't got nothing to do
you're
with,
burying
don't know what you're talking
too.
about, you're making it harder to find the specific information when you clutter up the planning.
That's a fact, bro. I cannot disagree.
Then the last issue I personally have with the group text is technology. If I am in a group text with people who I don't talk to on the regular, best believe I'm muting the notifications, right? But here's the thing. If people in the thread start having a conversation I don't care about or that doesn't concern me, again, I mute. Now, that second one is a temporary mute because I just want to not be bothered with the current conversation.
Yeah.
I'll come back later.
Having a mute
with texting, it's different. So I have my notifications going through my computer and I have them going through my car. So because that's the case, me muting a notification on my phone doesn't do shit for text messages.
Facts.
If I mute a text message on my phone and I get the text message while I'm in my car, the person's name and number still pops up.
It sure will.
If I'm in my room chilling and I get text from this person, my computer still makes a noise.
Facts.
Now, here's the thing. I can happily report that currently these aren't a problem anymore, as neither of these group texts is functioning in the same way that it was earlier this week. But when I wrote these notes, this was the case. At this point, both of those situations have been resolved. I'm just saying, in general, people, I implore you, do not subject the people that you love to the group text. Facts. If you must communicate through group chat or make an event on Facebook or a group in some other type of way, please. Okay. All right. Second, I'm big on phrase. I told you so.
I told you so shit.
Oh, nigga.
Yeah.
I told you so. It's self-care.
No, I 100% agree. I too am also big on but mine is for maybe a slightly different reason than self-care. But I can see where that is self-care.
Well, let me explain.
Mine is for trolling.
Well, sure. But here's the thing. You might ask, you might think I'm just being petty because clearly, and definitely now that Toon just said what the fuck he said. You might think I'm being petty with that statement, but walk with me. I'm specifically talking about a very specific scenario in which I told you so with self-care. So a good friend or family member of yours comes to you with an issue. Because you love them, you give them your best advice for their particular situation. And they don't heed it. Okay, so now things got worse for them.
Yes.
And now they come to you with this worse situation. Now, again, you love them, so you hate to see them going through it. But the last time you gave your time, your wisdom, your experience, and they just disregarded all of it. Now they are here with a worse situation that will take even more of those things from you. Yes. In the event that they haven't acknowledged that they should have listened to you the first time,
to be on some Roman Reigns shit.
You would be doing yourself a disservice to not throw in and I told you so. Or my favorite, I've informed you thusly.
No, but you're right about that, bro, because they didn't acknowledge it. Like you gotta acknowledge it.
Because here's the thing. Don't just like the worst alternative would be just not giving them advice again. But they're your folks.
Yeah.
They're your folks.
Yeah.
So you have to have some recompense. And I feel, in my experience, I told you so is top tier.
It's really the it's the top tier of recompense. It's the top shelf. Like there's a lot of other types of recompense that are underneath that. But I feel like if you want to have the caviar of it's the
I told you because you're in a situation where this person wasted your ability that you provided to them. And before you put your advice in their untrustworthy hands again, you need something back.
You need something back, bro, because here's the thing. Subtly, and they may not say it out loud, they may not have said it at all, but subtly the feeling is, Oh, you thought I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about?
Exactly. That part. All of that. All of that. All right. Okay. Another theory.
I've had that happen to me recently.
Which part?
The I told you so.
Or you had to give it to somebody else?
Well, I had to give it to somebody else. So I tried to tell them about a family member, and they got it firsthand. I was like, oh, so. So I wasn't just over exaggerating and all this other shit. I bet. But go ahead.
Yo, all right, okay. I have another theory. Well-meaning whites get turned to the dark side by well-meaning blacks. Let me explain. So we're infinitely familiar with the concept of well-meaning whites.
Yes.
We talk about it on the show all the time. Right. Well-meaning whites can absolutely be racist, but not all of them are.
Right.
But we don't talk enough about the well-meaning blacks. Well-meaning blacks can absolutely be coons, but not all of them are.
Right.
Hear me out. So you know I'm always listening, always observing. Some of the seemingly innocuous interactions I witness between black people and white people on a daily basis could be preambles to a villain origin story. So this one black lady enters the scene. Pleasantries are exchanged. The white lady says it's about time for a weekend. Basically her version of TGIF.
Yes.
The black lady says, yeah, I'm tired. Now, for those who may be AAVE challenged, she's saying she's tired. The white lady says, I get it. The black lady then goes on a diatribe. Now, okay, I'm sorry, let's stop. The white lady says, I get it. This means that whatever her feelings, whatever her thoughts, whatever her opinions,
right,
she understood what the black person was saying and acknowledged that she understood what the black person was saying. She didn't try 100%. To gaslight her. She didn't try to do no crazy shit.
Right.
Okay. The black lady then goes on a diatribe about her grandson asking her to say tired, but she misunderstood and thought he was talking about tired, the laundry detergent, right? So her daughter corrected her about, the situation and let her know that the baby was talking about what she says when she gets home from work. To this point, it's a cute little pointless anecdote, right? But of course it doesn't end there.
No, I know it doesn't.
Then the black lady starts playfully, self-deprecatingly taking jabs at herself for, quote, mispronouncing. Yes, I said mispronouncing the word tired, which then now, because the well-meaning white is engaged in this conversation, it now leads to her saying things like, well, the people who love you and know what you mean, or everybody makes mistakes. Now, I'm not going to explain explicitly what the problem is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, I've seen it happen. And here's the thing. I've seen other examples that I just can't say on this show.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my new working theory of that. All right.
Wait a minute. There's one thing I don't know if you plan on bringing this up or not, but I ain't gonna say no names. But SBJ shared with me some audio the other day that really, really, like, I'm gonna just say this: listening to that audio,
bro,
reinforce. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Seriously, I can't. I'm sorry. I love y'all, but I can't live amongst the rest of these bunkies. I can't. Jeez.
Listen.
Woo.
I would see. Here's the thing, because I knew I had a lot, because I knew Eddie was back. I didn't even put that on here. But since you brought it up, bro, I was at work yesterday. I was placing a new computer at one of our locations, and this newer agent that I've only seen her once before in life. I was assuming, actually not even assuming, when I got there, the manager was there. She was in her vehicle. I thought she was just pulling up. No, before I got out my car, she pulled the fuck off. She was leaving. She was going to another property. I'm like, okay, I would have preferred her to be here because I actually know her.
You little bastard. I'll be right
Oh
back.
God. Yo, and it just goes to what I said last week. Yo, Eddie, when we started the show last week, we were saying our hellos to the people, and then he was like, "Oh shit, hold on, I got to kitten proof something." I said, "Tim is a fucking fool. Tim has had cats long enough to know that there is no such thing as kitten proof."
Oh, I was gonna end that sentence. Yeah, that's not a thing.
That is not how that shit works. Kittens are gonna kitten, my guy.
Because they will prove to you that shit ain't gonna work.
Yo, that's so funny. I said this. I said, yo, same thing, same exact thing I said to him last week. But shoot. So, like I said,
we think too much with our MC brains,
bruh.
But go ahead.
I've never. So I'd only seen this lady once in my life ever, and it's not like I had a problem with her. Or like my first interaction with her was fine. Like, but it's just in a situation where I may have to actually have to talk to somebody. I prefer somebody that I know be there, so that number one, I don't have to. That's facts, Cindy. Cindy said they see your cat proofing as a challenge to be overcome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, when I'm in that type of situation, I prefer someone to be there that I know, so that I ain't gonna hold you. It's mainly so that the other person, what up, Big Mike? It's mainly so that the other person doesn't feel awkward silences and decide that they have to talk to me.
Gotcha.
That's really the main reason.
That's a lot, though.
I know.
But I understand because I was literally talking to Jennifer today. I was like, yo, I go out of my way to make sure I have the least conversations throughout the day with people as possible. Because I don't like talking to people.
If I could have controlled this, it's funny how the butterfly effect theory. It's funny how little things just change everything. Like the only when I saw the manager in her vehicle, I was going to pull alongside her, wind the window down, and let her know what I was there for, and get her to come inside. The reason I didn't do that is because we're on I always have problems saying this. We're on a 2-way, 1 lane each street. So, and there was a car behind me. Because there was a car behind me at that very moment, Tim got the audio that he got.
Oh my goodness.
Because if there was not a car behind me at that very moment, I would have told her to come inside because I would have stopped to talk to her.
Will you let me hear the audio after the pod?
Sure.
Thank you.
I don't think you want to, but sure.
I do.
You want to because you nosy, but
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bro,
say less.
I
walk in there. Listen. It was bad. It was bad. So I walk in there, and like I said, I've only seen her once before. I walk in there to make my presence known. I bring in the stuff. Got to go back to the car, grab the rest of the stuff, bring that in. Sit down, start working. First 5 minutes, she ain't really say nothing. I'm like, cool. Let's keep this energy. One of our other coworkers came in on a visit to check some stuff and pick up some stuff. That 5 to 10 minutes that he was there, all good. He and I have rapport. We joke on each other and all that shit. All cool. He leaves. She comes back. Again, we're still not talking to each other. And I'm like, this is perfect. She doesn't feel that need because of their silence. Right. She don't feel that. Great. Cool. Then she got on the phone. She got on. I think somebody called her. A personal call. Somebody called.
That other person that called, by the way, I'm mad at you too.
Which term, Mike? Oh, cat proofing. So it all went downhill. Like for the first 10 minutes of the conversation, it was just a normal conversation.
It was regular weed.
Regular. And then I guess because she had her phone very loud and I could hear every other couple words from the other person, but I didn't hear this clearly. I'm guessing she was just commenting on the air, because for those who don't, everybody in the country should know this.
You should know about that.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna go into that. So she was commenting on the air, and that's when shit took a turn for the absolute worst possible that it could. All these conspiracy things, they couldn't get us with COVID, so now they're trying to take us out with the wildfires and blah, blah. Yo, it went deep.
It was
crazy.
Bro.
I'm just sitting there trying not to make a face.
I bet. I can only imagine. Yo, here's the thing, right? Sometimes we get lost in the achievements and the progress we see with the technology. Mm-hmm. I have been very optimistic. I am not a fear mongerer when it comes to the new tech. And none of that shit. I'm like, how can we use it better? What the fuck we doing? Right? That's how I be thinking. So you say, yo, society moving forward with certain shit that we thought was only in sci-fi just some years ago, and now blah blah blah. You start feeling good about it, and then you hear some fucking.
I was like, yo, what have I done wrong? Why am I here right now?
So fucking stupid.
You went outside.
I was hoping. I know, right? I was hoping that somebody came to the office so she can get off the fucking phone. And eventually the person she was talking to had to go. So I was like, okay, all right, good. But anyway, so vacation. I found out that I could get my almost $300 plane tickets for this upcoming trip for half of that. So that's awesome. That's amazing. But then I was trying to hold this back, and I still will. I'll just say that we are approaching the end of an era, and I'll leave it at that until it's time to, because it ain't time to.
I hear that. Shout out to Jazz the Rapper.
But these lovely friends of mine that I go on vacations with are on my third to last nerve.
Wow.
Not the last one. Because I have the last two strategically hidden away from them through the solace of what this change that's coming is. But they are children, and I don't have any of those. They are children, and I don't have any of those.
Bro, I gotta say, I have to say, nothing, to quote my grandmother, tickles me more than your than your pain about organizing
these humans. Oh my God. So one of them asked me on May 31st, and the reason I say May 31st because it's very important to the story. Stick with me. One of them asked me on May 31st, what is the breakdown for the unit we're staying in? I was confused slightly. So I had an idea of what they meant, but I needed clarity. Right. So I asked. This was through text. So I said back, breakdown with a question mark, right? Now time out, because Tim and I have already had conversations like this before, so I know where he stands. Eddie as well. People in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. If you are working with someone and you ask them for a report, and they say to you, report with a question mark, as long as you are operating in good faith, you're going to explain what the fuck you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, that's not what happened here. When I responded back to them, breakdown with a question mark, their response to me was, yes.
Huh?
Bet. I did not respond. I never responded. To this day, I have not responded to that. Okay. Now keep this in mind. So I never responded. 2 reasons for this. 1, I'm not about to do the extra work to accomplish your goal for you. I've long held the belief that if you want something from someone, you meet them at the very least in the middle. Yeah. And the less it benefits them, the more you should be meeting them where they started.
Right. Funny fact, I learned that in rehab. You have to meet people where they are.
Hey, that's I'm just saying. My second reason that I ignored it is that I had already planned to send a group text on the 1st of June. So the very next day, I had already planned on sending the message out. And what I assumed that this person was talking about would have been included in that message. So I just waited until the next day. Because this correspondence, I know, right? This correspondence was not through group text; it was a one-on-one text. So, all right. That next day, I sent the details about the unit choices because we want to pay the deposit on the 23rd, and that was slightly shorter than a month away at that point.
Right.
If that person still still had questions or whatever that I didn't answer in the message, that would have been a perfect time to ask, go back. We can do the back and forth in the group because that's for information. That's what it's for. Yeah. All right, but fast forward to this past Monday, which was the 6th, by the way. No, it was the 5th, I think.
This past Monday?
Yeah, let me double check. This past Monday was the 5th. So mind you, the group text conversation happened on the 1st. Mm-hmm. This was the 5th. Okay, so this person who asked me for a breakdown asked me if I ever gave the breakdown. I ignored that question. Because again,
yo, Mike is wilding. He said the writers are crafting SPJ's anti-hero.
So I ignored that question because, nigga, what?
Yeah.
Then they joked about if I don't tell them, they're going to send me $20. I then politely said to them, no, I'm sorry. I politely then assured them that they would not be joining us on this trip.
Oh, wow.
In that case. A little bit after that, I saw that Southwest has a deal on points right now, so I put that in the group text. Yeah. So I put that in the group text. Yeah. I think it ends on the 20th. All right. No, the points deal. You can use the points later, but
the points deal though ends on
I think the deal ends on the 20th. All right. So I put in the group chat. I said, so y'all, 3 weeks, Southwest has a sale on points right now. If y'all haven't booked yet. Fab liked the message. Mm-hmm. A person who I'm going to call culprit number 2, because the breakdown person is culprit number 1. Person who I'm going to call culprit number 2 liked the message. Culprit 1 responds, 3 weeks with a question mark. Y'all know me by now. Of course, my response was going to be smart. I said, read.
Or in the Arabic, ikra.
They said they did read. I said, okay, so what's the question?
Yeah.
Right.
Culprit 1 never responded. But culprit 2 said, maybe they're asking what happens in 3 weeks since the trip's not until August. The only conclusion I was left with is that she didn't understand either.
Yeah.
Because if you thought that, but you understood, why wouldn't you clear it up? But also, you liked the message that I sent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't have a question.
Right.
So off to the side, I hit Fab up like, nigga, am I bugging? He was like, no, yo. He was like, no. I say, yo, is it not clear that by 3 weeks I'm talking about the 23rd when we pay the deposit? He was like, yeah, it's clear. That's why I just liked it and didn't say anything. I said, okay. All right, cool.
You sure you typed that in English?
Listen, and maybe not. Maybe I typed it in some type of special language that only me and Fab know. I don't fucking know.
Like cousin language.
Like, nigga, I don't know. So this next thing, work. Oh my God. People are dense. Like, no, here's the thing. No, stop. I know what you think. When I say that, what up, cuz?
What up, DJ?
I'm being very, very specific when I use the word dense. People are dense. All right. So the shorter one, we have a new agent. When you get hired, you need to get a password in order to use the work order system. On the sheet where the space is for you to put your password, under that, in small text, it specifically says, do not include any part of your name or anything easily directly associated with you in your password. This person used their last name and only their last name as their password. My supervisor who's not, wait, no, it gets worse. My supervisor who's not my supervisor told this person's manager, hey, this ain't acceptable, and told them why this is not acceptable. This new agent,
yo, Mike has lost his mind.
This agent sent a new sheet. On this new sheet, this agent had their password as their last name and only their last name. And this time, the manager that my supervisor, who's not my supervisor, talked to, signed it.
Oh.
I had to hit up. I'm going to say her name over here because I don't talk about her.
Damn!
I had to hit up Mama Michelle. Like, what's up, baby? Listen, your people's is slow. And she bust out laughing. She's like, what happened? I said, listen, this new guy, and she knew exactly what I was talking about. As soon as I said this new guy, she knew exactly what I was talking about. I said, that poor baby sent his password down as just his name.
Not that poor.
And when I said that, I said that, she said, oh no. I said, yes. I said, and then not only did he do it, but when he was told it wasn't right, he did it again, and a manager signed off on it. And she said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I said, thank you so much.
Not that poor baby, though. Yo,
oh, my God. Nigga.
That poor baby is wild.
Yeah, that poor baby is crazy.
All right. So for the more in-depth one, and this person, believe it or not, out of all of the shit that I've said so far, this person was the candidate for Dumbass of the Week that I'm about to talk about. Right. Again, everything I've said already, nah. This shit right here. So we have another newer agent. She's been here for a little while. She's not new, but she's newer.
She's not Nels.
Shut up. She is the definition of dense. So,
quote Discord, you mean neutron star dense?
Yes. So I've been around and seen her do stuff wrong. You know, she's newer. That's fine, learning curve and all that. But I chalk that up to her being new. You know, this time though. So I'm sitting in between her and a senior agent, well, the senior agent of this particular office, right? A tenant calls. If I'm not mistaken, we deal with one company that does security, our security alarms for the apartments. They do it for the whole company. So the tenant has an issue with her alarm. The newer agent is on the phone with the tenant. The tenant asks, is this something that can be scheduled? The newer agent put her on hold, conferred with the senior agent. Senior agent says no. Newer agent tells the tenant, no, you cannot schedule this. We don't have their schedule. Their schedule is their schedule, and they come here and they, take care of the work. Right. She said, okay. Tenant asked her if the people from the alarm company, if they would go in her unit if she wasn't there. The new agent didn't know the answer to that. So she puts the tenant on hold. This is where it gets this is where it gets black hole. Okay.
Jeez.
So the newer agent asked the senior agent this question. Now, side note, if I'm experienced at doing something and someone who's new has a question and I'm operating in good faith, I'm going to try to put them on game and fully explain the situation.
Yeah, 100%. Because
in certain situations, it doesn't help to just answer the immediate issue at hand.
Agreed.
Okay. This is what the senior agent decided to do. because it makes everybody's life easier.
Facts.
Senior agent said, okay, so the alarm company won't contact her. So there's no way to schedule an appointment. What would have to happen is she needs to put on the work order that she's put home on the work order. And because the alarm people have to come in here to the rental office to get keys, we would call her when they came to make sure she was home. Okay? The newer agent then says, but will they go in if she's not home? Wait, no, wait. The senior agent then says, she's starting to get annoyed, understandably. Yeah. She starts to say, no, because we would call her and we would know that she wasn't home. The newer agent then says, that's not what I'm asking you.
Yeah. That's not
what the senior agent, still trying to keep her composure, says, if she doesn't answer, we would not give them the keys.
Right.
Yeah.
The newer agent says, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking if they will go in without her being there. The senior agent then apparently, the senior agent then apparently says, fuck it, and asks the newer agent point blank, how are they going to get in her house if we don't give them the key?
Yo.
Ding, ding, ding.
That is, yo.
No, Eddie, not ding, 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 because the newer agent then pauses for a second as if she's processing the situation. Then she says, that's not what I'm asking you.
Come on, man.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Yo.
Yeah. At that point, yeah, don't worry. Yo. You ain't into the shit. Yeah.
No, Eddie, this is what the new agent said.
Yes. No, I understand.
She was fed up with the senior agent. That's why I'm asking you. You know what? Don't worry.
No. The new agent is in the wrong. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, she's tripping.
Yo, what the fuck?
No. That's not what I'm asking you. That's the only thing you're asking me.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Literally,
that's not what you're,
like I asked you a question 3 times. For the first thing that you asked 3 times, and you're still not getting it.
What the fuck do you mean?
I just don't.
No, that's why, like, don't talk to people.
I think that was the first mistake. Unfortunately, though, in that line of work, until our AI masters have decided to take a lot of that out of our hands, you got to deal with people. This is also why, like, I've never been good at public, like jobs where you have to deal with the public. I've never been good at that shit. Like, because I barely want to deal with the people I have to work with.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Mike said never mind. The writers aren't writing SBJ's anti-hero arc. It's the full-on
villain arc.
Yo, listen. And the worst part about that is I'm sitting in between the two of them.
Oh, jeez.
So again, I have to try not to make a face.
Man.
Luckily, I had my mask on. But nigga, like,
the eyes don't lie, though, B. The eyes don't lie.
I had to get up. I had to walk away.
Yeah.
Because I walked back into the manager's office, and like I was back there for like 2 minutes, and then that senior agent came into the manager's office and looked at me like, "Was I wrong?" I'm like, "No, not at all. In no way, shape, or form." From now on, that's how you explain things. 100%.
You dumb.
100%.
I hear that.
That's how you explain. That's how you explain things. 100%. You will. If there was an award for Trainer of the Year
for explaining
that moment, that's all yours. That's all yours.
Unfortunately,
exactly what you should have done.
The problem with giving dope ass explanations, award-winning, critically acclaimed explanations, is the other person on the other side of the explanation has to have an IQ number higher than that of a net.
Yeah,
and it's
that's kind of dicey.
Yeah, because with the whole conspiracy diatribe with my other coworker,
that shit was
that's commonplace.
But it's bad, but it's commonplace. Right? Yeah. That's true.
This shit I was like, yo, what is happening right now? Like,
what's
this can't be real. Like, what
is this life?
Stop getting in your own way.
Like, nigga, like has the writer's strike really affected my real
life?
Yes,
see, here's the thing about that. I have always been of the opinion that there's a writing staff somewhere that's just writing down our shit, what we supposed to say. That's why sometimes when they nail it, I'll be like, good one. Right?
The good one.
The writing strike didn't just affect. I'm
like, how can you? It's the combination of being so wrong, and so obstinate.
Yeah,
it's like,
oh my goodness,
you're wrong.
No, there's another phrase for that. It's called willful ignorance.
Facts.
It's called arrogant ignorance.
Facts.
Like, you dumb as shit.
Like,
but you are arrogant in your stupidity.
Here's the thing, though. In your ignorance, you at least know for a fact this person has worked here longer than you, and that this person is the agent that kind of is in charge of the agents.
Yeah.
Why would you assume? The only logical explanation for her to still be the senior agent to still be wrong is if you aren't asking the question correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's you. It's not her.
Question. Yeah. Exactly.
But here's the thing. And some people like to be optimistic and all that other shit and might say, but maybe that's not really what she was asking. Maybe she was telling, maybe really she just didn't know how to. Well,
I tend to wait.
When the lead agent was in the back with me in the manager's office, the phone rang. It was that same tenant. The lead agent picked up the phone and explained exactly what she explained to the newer agent and got off the phone pleasantly.
Wow.
Got it just like that. Just
that's it? That's all I have to do?
Flow of communication of ideas was not interrupted. It wasn't hampered. It wasn't blocked. It wasn't no static. It was literally just, this is what it is. And hers went, oh, simple enough. Thank you.
That's simple. And I'm like, yo, what? And look, like, no shit. She said the same exact thing. Like, without the breaks in it, of course.
Right.
But she said the same exact thing. She explained the whole process. They don't work with us. They got with our company. They're with a different company. We don't have their schedule. They will come when they come. When they come, if you have home on your work order, I will call you. If you are not, you'll answer, or you say you're not home, we're not going to give them the keys.
That's it. So they can't get in. So do you think that they were like, shit, we didn't get the keys? No problem. We'll do our mission impossible shit and go through the vents. And then come out there. What the fuck? What the entire fuck?
And then I had, like, when I was still sitting, before I got up, I'm like, yo, I don't belong here.
But I mean, like, that question's kind of like basic common sense. I don't even think that really needed to be asked if it was already explained. But she asked because she knew, you know, because
wait.
But have they rented apartments before?
Here's the thing. All right, so a little tangent because you just asked that. Maybe it's me, because I do know sometimes that I do matter of fact certain things that sometimes
may not be matter of fact.
Yeah, sometimes people do more emotional with it than I do. Sure, like that's not a slight at anybody. I've never understood the concept of I'm renting this apartment, but you cannot come in my apartment to fix anything if I'm not there. I feel like that's weird because if I was going to do something to your stuff, I would not do it when you knew I was coming.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Now again, I ain't gonna shame nobody for not wanting whatever. If you feel that your privacy is to that level that needs to be, fine.
And there are a lot of people that do.
It just makes it harder for you to get shit fixed.
That's right.
Because if you actually have a job, these people only work from 9 to 5. Unless it's an emergency, they're not coming after 5.
And they will get the fuck on to the next thing that they have to do.
Bruh, you either gonna have to take off.
Yeah.
You either gonna have to take off, or you're gonna have to have one of your people interrupt their day to come. Like,
because all I'm saying is summertime is coming, and if your air conditioner is not working, Nigga.
That's an emergency. That's an emergency though. We can't
okay.
like they'll come.
Is it though?
Because
no.
For your company,
yes.
Okay.
For my company, that's an emergency. If it's 80 degrees or higher or something like that, there's a temperature level.
Because it took them a minute to fix mine, but that's your
company. And then there are emergencies that it don't matter what the fuck you say. I'm coming in there.
Yeah, we gotta come.
Yeah, I gotta go in there because
but the heat is not. The AC is not one of those emergencies. That's just one of the emergencies that will come out after hours for.
Because of the level of discomfort the person can experience,
right? And people having asthma and all.
That's true, yo. So,
right.
So I had to spend my entire childhood. There was one air conditioner in the house. No, two. One in my mom's room.
Of course.
One in my sister's room.
Of course, because she's
me and my brother. Nigga, it's a fan in the window.
Facts.
Take that fan and take this fan in the window.
Hey, listen.
That's low key abuse.
At my grandparents' house, it wasn't like that only because we didn't have enough room for there to be that type of situation. Me, Chris, and Deja, we was all in the same room until I left. But again, I was only like 11 when I left, so
yeah,
that's not that bad. But like I just I'm sorry to go on that tangent, but Eddie made me think of it.
That shit was traumatic. Thinking back on that. Once I got older and moved out on my own and had like central air and shit
central
like that.
Air, yeah. This is what life could be.
Right. Like so the memory of that became traumatic as fuck. Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute,
we're never doing this again. We're never not having air again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, facts. Absolutely facts.
In my crib, we didn't get central air until I was about 21.
Right.
My room was the hottest fucking room. It was
like, of course.
Dog, of course. It was on the side where the sun would rise.
Yeah, but I would have figured. So when you open your window, I guess that could make it worse because you let the sun.
Way worse,
nigga. Yeah.
But I figured the view from the ocean.
Shut up.
There's a breeze that comes in.
I'm just. You know, I was talking to Jennifer. She was like, "Oh, you was at West Palm Beach." I was like, so she was like, "Oh, so you was on the beach?" She was like, "Oh, but it's called West Palm Beach." I'm like, "That's just the name of the area.
The name of the area.
It doesn't mean every fucking building is on the fucking beach." Jesus. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you because Goose Creek, there's geese every fucking where.
Geese everywhere.
So to be fair,
the name,
Well, fuck being fair. Sorry, go ahead. I went someplace.
Yeah, it's cool, yo. They're not gonna hurt you.
Oh my goodness, Cindy, that's whack. Cindy says I grew up in Florida until high school in a single wide trailer with no AC.
That's disrespectful. No, that's not. That should have never happened. All right. So, but funny enough, for very specific reasons, that person still did not get dumbass of the week.
Damn. Hold up. I gotta contemplate that for a second. Oh, hold on.
For very specific reasons, that person still did not get dumbass of the week.
Yeah, but I want you to really think about that because this is dumb as shit. I mean, like, listen, I've seen dumb shit. I've been involved with dumb shit.
Wait.
Wait.
It's for a biased reason, though.
Oh, okay.
It's not an objective. If I was being objective, she would absolutely have been dumb.
Oh, okay.
The reason that the person,
but that's not what I'm asking. I couldn't even get it out.
Jesus.
If I was being objective, she would absolutely be dumbass of the week. But because this thing is a thing that I complain about all the time and I absolutely hate, this has to take precedent. I saw this screenshot.
Oh shit.
McKenna, have you ever seen Final Destination? Any of the movies? Just any of them. And hopefully she responds. I'll wait until she responds.
Yeah.
But yeah, yo, she
look at Eddie here.
In most situations, on most weeks, she would absolutely have been the dumbass of the week, like without question. Because she might be the dumbass of the year. Like I need.
See, I want to say dumbass of the century, but then I think about
all right. So
think about top secret papers in the bathroom. So
that's funny.
That
all right. So McKenna says she's seen at least one Final Destination movie. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me find this screenshot. Because it's a picture of a truck trailer carrying logs, like in one of those Final Destination movies.
Yes.
And the caption says, Gen Z will never understand why millennials need to pass this truck as quickly as possible. All right, so
are we doing that again?
I was trying my best.
Are we doing that
I was
again?
trying my very fucking best.
So
to
we
not
all
include us.
We're all doing this again
into this bullshit. Because
Yeah.
now we've entered the chat. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's a movie. A movie.
Yo, so you do realize, right?
Those...
I've seen the original Wizard of Oz movie.
Bruh.
Let that just sizzle in your spirit.
I personally haven't, but people I know have seen Gone with the fucking Wind.
I've seen it too. Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Casablanca, like Citizen Kane. Like what are we talking about?
Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Bruh,
that. Love it.
And then these fucking boomers and Gen Xers, we were outside. Outside didn't go nowhere.
Hold up.
At all.
Whoa. You mean to tell me there's an outside? Listen,
no,
some of y'all motherfuckers.
Apparently outside doesn't exist anymore.
Yo, we was outside. Know what they trying to say? They trying to say, y'all need to touch grass. Y'all on the computer too much. Blah, blah, blah.
Y'all didn't have listen. It is very easy to feel snobbish about not experiencing something that didn't fucking experience, it wasn't in existence. You couldn't experience it. There was no way for you to do this thing. You can't tell me how you would have reacted because there was no possibility.
Millennials and Gen Z will never know what it's like to be Superman and have to find a place to change your clothes.
Nigga, like what?
Oh.
Like what are we talking about here? Woo! I saw this TikTok. I swear I started to save it, but I already had the screenshot and I didn't want to OD. But I always OD on this topic because it's stupid as fuck.
It is dumb. It's dumb.
I saw this TikTok and it was this. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the Gen Zer, and they said something to the effect of Gen X doesn't get enough smoke because the same smoke that the boomers get. It's like Gen X doesn't get enough smoke. And somebody stitched that and said something to the effect of, I don't remember exactly, something to the effect of, that's because we'll actually fight somebody. We were outside and we blah this and we blah blah.
These kids are wild.
Bruh! Nigga, I just literally last night had a conversation with somebody who was telling me about their friends' daughter's school having a fucking fight page on social media.
Yo,
they weren't. All those videos wasn't inside.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, dumb motherfuckers. I'm from the Gen X. Yo, some of these kids are See, y'all play stupid with that shit because you see these little dumbass videos that go on Twitter with motherfuckers throwing hands. We ain't even talking about throwing hands. These little niggas is head bust. When I was coming up, it was me, my man Dennis, Marlon, and I could probably put a handful of others in that neighborhood that actually had firearms. To the point where that was a identifying label amongst yo, you know them niggas that.
Right.
That's because it wasn't as prevalent as people trying to make you think it was.
Right.
These kids now got them under the mattress.
Nigga.
They got them in their book bags. They got them motherfuckers taped to
car.
their back right here under their shirt. Look, these little niggas is head busters. I don't know what these niggas thinking.
No, it's all right. They wilding. These out here wilding the fuck out.
Why do y'all gotta be so cognitively dissonant?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. I'm gonna tell you. That's funny. I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. It's like everything else. Everything turns into team sports. everything turns into team sports where I'm wearing this jersey and we was better than people that was wearing that jersey. It don't matter what it is. It could be politics. It could be ethnicity. It could be anything, age and generation gaps. All of that people put on their team jersey and go, I'm team this. We was better than y'all because of this.
Right. Yeah, that's stupid.
All of you are monkeys.
Right.
All of you are apes.
Some of you were better than some of us.
Some were better than others.
Some of you. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
But all of you in your generation, you had the few that dragged the rest of you along, kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Every single generation.
So here's the thing: you all fucking suck. For the most part, you all fucking suck. It's just that there's these few standout monkeys in the crowd that was just ahead of their time, and they did magnificent things in your era. So now you, who did none of those things, are trying to grab hold of that because you happen to be born around the same fucking time.
Right.
Most of you fucking suck.
Yes. Weren't outside, weren't doing shit.
Weren't doing shit. You was on the porch.
Getting stuffed and locked.
What are you talking about? Put your finger up your nose. Watching Saturday morning black cartoon. Stop it, B.
Right.
Stop it. Right. Most of you fucking suck.
But that's funny.
Just because Michael Jackson was born around your time doesn't mean you were Michael Jackson. Stop
yo, that's funny that you mentioned the Saturday morning cartoons because that's one of the things that they'll throw in those posts.
Yes,
Saturday morning cartoons, which didn't stop until like 2012.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
What up, Verb?
What's up, Verb? Yo, I really am so sick of people trying to claim shit they wasn't part of. You had nothing to do with you. Was just a face in the crowd.
Right.
You weren't. I get it. Cindy Lauper had a run.
Cindy said, "Woosah, so what did he know?"
Listen. Cindy Lauper had a run. That had nothing to do with you. You was just listening.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like when X-Files was out, they had a run. That has nothing to do with you. You was just watching the show. Stop trying to claim all of this shit just because you happened to be back then. Fuck out of it. Especially since some of y'all was just spectators.
Yeah.
For the record, with the hip hop shit, I was off the porch.
Right.
I still wasn't Dougie Fresh. I still wasn't Big Daddy Kane. I still wasn't Slick Rick.
Facts.
Stop it.
Like, yo, this shit, it'd be so exhausting every time I come across it.
It really
and the fucking proof just keeps becoming more and more mundane.
Right.
And ineffectual.
Oh, that sucks. Joe.
Seriously, a movie, like, come on now.
Yeah.
A movie, simply a movie. Like, you know, streaming platforms exist, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What?
And all those, a lot of them old things on streaming platforms. And when they not,
you know that remakes and redos and sequels happen, and that makes people watch the original ones and all. You know that is a thing, right?
Right.
And it's like,
it's one of the things, bro, where like they're more interested in having the one-upmanship on the person on the other team. You team millennial, you team Gen Zer. They're more interested in that part of it, and that's why when you look, I'm the first one. I jump in boomers' asses because the shit that they try to push on the previous generations. But we're not gonna act like the Gen Xers who were raised by the boomers.
That's the other
didn't
thing.
Try to do the same
Who
thing.
the fuck raised these people that you talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all raised these people that y'all fussing about.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, really, a lot of this, you spitting in the wind for real. You're spitting in the wind. I can't believe this generation. Yo, this generation raised that generation. What are you talking about? So that's on you, right? That's on you, right? How about we acknowledge the fact that in every generation, there were these spectacular people who wound up doing things that became popular and revered, and it identified, it basically became the generation it was because of what they did. It defined the generation.
I'm about to fuck with some people head up.
But most of y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. There ain't nothing to do with that.
we're gonna take an alt perspective.
Right.
Y'all don't care about your generations. Y'all just being conservatives.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all don't care about generations.
McKenna says, boomers try to claim the silent generation's accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sit down, boomer. You were a kid when civil rights laws were passed. See, this is what
big facts, though.
I'll be saying, bro. Like, stop
they wasn't outside for that either. Because
that's the other thing. We know how hard we fought for your nigga. Some of y'all didn't even go. Some of y'all was mad at Martin Luther King.
Right.
Some of y'all was saying he's stirring up trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here! But y'all gonna claim because he happened to be around when you was that something somehow you had something to do with that. No, you didn't. He was one of the
hold on, real quick. Stop manipulating your stick so quickly before you get hurt, my guy.
Damn, you gonna make me fuck up. Shut up.
Don't be so vigorous with your manipulations of your.
Phrasing. Phrasing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of y'all don't care. A lot of y'all don't care about the generational shit. Y'all just being conservatives.
That's it.
Because you turn into these people that you're talking about.
Facts.
Like that's exactly what happens.
Facts.
Like it's not really about who was born. It's about trying to conserve a specific,
trying to keep what was there.
Going
forward in the future, which is the textbook definition of conservative. Like you not trying to change what was, because in your opinion, that was the best.
Mike said different strokes for different folks.
Ass. Ass.
Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Phrasing.
I think
big phrasing.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be bugging because I'm thinking of this as we talk.
Right.
If any event happens, wouldn't the event that's happening be worse for the children that are in the situation than the adults that are in the situation?
Potentially.
In general.
If there were things that were happening that were bad, but I was too young to register a lot of it. So because I don't mean
just feelings. I'm talking about also your well-being.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So,
but there's also another thing that says if you never knew a difference, it doesn't. There are people that are saying,
absolutely,
I never knew I was poor.
But the reason I brought that up is you have Gen Xers who try to claim the recession as like their thing, but y'all were fully grown.
Yes.
Like, not to say that it didn't affect you. Absolutely,
they're in the work market.
Everybody.
Yeah, they're in the work market. Right. They're paying
but the kids that were around us, they couldn't do anything.
They got less.
There's nothing we could have done to help that situation.
That's a fact.
You still could have potentially done something to help your family out.
Yeah,
we couldn't. We had to deal with whatever y'all generation.
Yeah.
So when millennials claim the 2008 recession, they were the kids at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
They were the kids at the time. It's not to say that other people weren't affected, but they were the kids at the time. They were.
And as much as y'all like to run around here with that whiny ass, think of the children. As much as y'all like to do that,
y'all ain't think about
forget about all that shit.
Yeah, y'all should be acknowledging that the children had to go through that shit too.
Yeah.
Like, when 9/11 happened, again,
we was on my way to work. Yeah. I was literally getting my clothes. The TV was on.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the first plane hit.
Same.
I didn't see the first plane hit. I just saw the destruction and they talking about it. I'm thinking it's an accident. Right. I literally watched the second plane hit. I went, hold up. How two accidents happen?
Yo, I was in 9th grade.
Yep.
First week of school.
Yep.
And the TV was like, something happened in the World Trade Center. I'm like, my dumbass, my smart dumbass. Right. I'm like, downtown? I was like, no, nigga.
Not the one at the harbor.
Not the one at the harbor. No, nigga, how the fuck was that? Listen, I was what? 11? Was I 11? I don't remember exactly. Eddie, how old was me?
It was like I was 12, and
yeah, okay, so I was 12.
You seen King Kong? You know the world. James.
I had not seen no goddamn King Kong at 12 years old. I hadn't. No, I hadn't. Goddamn it. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They turned the TV on, and we saw the second time. I'm like, oh,
yo, it was so ass, right? Because nigga I used to rap with, we worked at the same job, right? So I get to work, and they got the supervisors got the shift that was before us outside of the building, standing there. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We about to send everybody home. Why? Somebody called in a bomb threat. When the 9/11 shit happened, somebody called the bomb. I say, well, fuck,
there's a lot of that.
I'm gonna go, but they said he paying everybody for that day. I said, cool. So I go home, I get a phone call. Yo, you like that?
Yo, that's funny.
I said, what are you talking about? Yo, I got us a free day off, yo. I said, nigga, did you call up to the job?
That was to him.
Really?
That's
really?
Hilarious. Yo, hold up. To go back.
Not all heroes wear capes.
That's absolutely true. So McKenna brought this up, and I love that she brought this up because I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here. These idiots, these fucking idiots. And if anybody in the comment section feels the way that I'm about to talk against, I apologize for calling you an idiot. This thought is still stupid. She says, also, we learned how to write in cursive in elementary school. Nobody keeps doing it, though, because all of our assignments, otherwise, we're supposed to be in print. Here's the thing. When they decided that they was going to stop teaching cursive in schools, you had all these Gen Xers and boomers. Oh my God, they can't do that. How are they going to live? How are they going? What the fuck are you talking about? The only time you use cursive is when you sign your name. They're not going to know how to sign their names. Well, guess what? We're in the technology age. You are less and less required to have a wet signature for anything.
Yo, they literally have websites where you can go in there and choose a signature.
E-signature.
You literally type your name, and there's a list of different styles of signatures that you can choose from.
Yes.
And you pick one of them, and that's your signature.
And I'm going to tell you this much for nothing. That's going to go away too completely. Because when you really look at whether or not has any value.
Fingerprints.
Yeah.
Right.
Fingerprints, iris scans.
Yep.
Yep.
That cursive shit is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
And
it
doesn't really have any
I
value.
have never once spelled my entire name in cursive except when I was being taught.
Right.
Every time I've signed my name, it scribbles.
Right.
You see the
it
J,
looked like scribble.
you
That's
see
all
the
it
D.
is. Yep.
That's all.
The signature isn't even really cursive because you don't spell out the words where it's legible.
No, it's not really. You're right. Exactly, Eddie.
Right.
So don't fucking matter.
That's scribble. Yo, that shit's going the way of the dinosaur, you fucking humps. So all that, all
like
that
how
shit
I think it's one less thing that you have to learn to do. Like, and you can unlearn. Like, who cares? Like, why you
don't have to? First of all,
you don't have to do it no more.
Societies, generations have been unlearning shit since there have been people in progress. You've been unlearning shit because there's certain things that become no longer relevant to how you live your lives. And after a generation or two goes by, no one remembers how to do this shit, and it does not affect their life in any fucking way that's negative or positive.
You had to learn that in a time where that shit was necessary.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I say you don't care about your generation.
You really don't.
A conservative.
That's it. Yeah. You're trying to conserve shit that no longer matters. And see, here's the thing about that. I've seen this attitude be very pervasive because people, they tend not to remember the lessons of the past when it comes to this shit. So even people now who consider themselves very progressive and this, that, never, they fall into the same. As soon as there's a new type of technology, a new type of something like that, oh no, this guy's, y'all keep doing the same shit, which is why I always say, yo, surprise me once.
Yep.
Surprise me once.
This comment from Cindy. If they were so concerned, they could have gasped, teach them themselves. I did, but only because it was easier for the dyslexic kids and my son is dyslexic.
Right.
You can always, we aren't talking about fucking trigonometry.
It's not a zero-sum game.
We're not talking about trigonometry. You don't have to be a fucking master. You can teach we learn cursive so early that anybody can teach it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, we learned that in like first grade or something.
Right? Like what the fuck?
It's so irrelevant, B. And here's the thing.
Yo, wait. McKenna with the mic drop. How many Gen X or boomers know how to manage a farm unless they grew up on one?
Oh,
fix every part of their car. You don't need to know it anymore unless you make it a career.
Bro,
then you learn how to do it.
I made this exact same argument with my homeboy Felix about the farm shit and about agrarian systems versus what we have now and how there's still things that are held over from that, like summer vacation. The reason why summer vacation is still a thing is because they monetized it. Yeah. So that there's a lot of money that goes with the idea of these are the summer months. So the summer months, there's vacation, there's clothing, there's this, that, and the third. It's a lot of money. But in truth, back in the day, the average person had to work on the farm. That's not the case anymore. That's not the case.
And that's
society
okay.
to flip, and that's okay. Shout out to the farmers because we eat because of them. But it's not one of the things that the vast majority of us have to deal with. Right. So no, I don't have to get up at 4 and 3 in the morning to go and milk the cows and get the eggs from the chickens. I don't gotta do that shit no more.
And then think about all the resources that are wasted on things that don't matter anymore. Like
that's a fact. That's a fact.
That part.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Sometimes you gotta let shit go. Yeah, and I get it's difficult at times to see what's going to be the new thing, because if a lot of things pop up at once that could potentially replace what we're doing now, that's a conversation to have. But some of y'all be holding on so tight to irrelevant shit that you start to look dumb as fuck. And I know this because I come from that generation. Most of the people that I know from my generation are not up on new tech and stuff like I am. They're not, and they don't search it out. They don't, because they feel like they're comfortable in their bubble. What winds up happening is you get left behind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of the shit that you're doing that is taking you 2 and 3 hours to do, there's a way to do that in 5 minutes or less. Yeah. And you have no idea about it because you're too comfortable in this conservative idea about this is the way we do things.
But you know what fucks me up?
You add value to it where there's no value to that.
Yeah, they act like they're better than people who know how to do
that. That's what I mean by they adding value to something that don't matter. Like you saying, but because it took you 3 hours to do it, the quality of the result of yours is better. I'm telling you, that's suspect. That's case by case. Right. That's not the same thing. You know?
No, all thanks. Let me see. I had a topic. It might be a little depressing. So you guys know what time it is.
Ah, shit. M.I.D.
We're going to play a rousing game of M.I. the asshole.
We need some music.
I'm gonna look into it. Oh God.
Let me answer that question. Yes.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling a pregnant woman to sit on the ground instead of giving her my seat? Now, hear me out, right?
Whoa.
It is not often that I seriously judge these motherfuckers by the headline. I am judging the fuck
out. I'm judging the fuck out right now. I gotta hear the story.
Without saying a single other word. I'm judging the fuck.
That's crazy right
Okay. There. My nephews both graduated from high school this morning, and I wanted to sit up front, so I camped out a bit in front of the entrance. I bought my folding camping chair and my headphones to listen to my show. About 40 minutes before the school would let us inside, a pregnant woman got next to me since somebody let her in line. I assume her partner. Left her in line. I assume her partner. She asked me within 5 minutes, politely, if she could have my chair, as she was going to have trouble standing the whole time. I said, no, sorry, I need it more. I have bad feet, bad knees, and went back to my things. She asked me again within 2 minutes, and the answer was the same. She, however, got a little mad at me and said that she was going to be struggling the whole time and asked her partner to tell me. He asked me himself, politely, and I again responded that sorry, but I needed more, and suggested she could wait in their car or just sit on the ground. At this point, the husband directly called me an asshole, but left me alone. Am I the asshole?
Well, I think that's self-explanatory. The husband just called you that, so I don't know why we need to comment on that. Like, first of all, this is a pet peeve of mine from a long time because I've gone on public transportation and I've seen some of you young little nigglets sitting at the front. An old lady will come on there, old man come on there, pregnant woman, a woman with a bunch of kids come on there, and y'all won't offer. Your young strapping ass won't offer.
You're damn right.
Up to them, right?
What the fuck up?
And then, and then,
bus.
and then get your own bus and shit. And then, what pisses me off most is that the driver doesn't reinforce that.
Yeah,
because 100% can reinforce that. Like, yo, excuse me.
No, but them kids be wilding though.
They can wild. You know what? We've seen examples of kids wilding. I was about to say we've seen examples. We also saw what happened as a result.
Going to jail now.
Going to jail now. You know what I'm saying? So like you can wild, but I'm telling you, me and my friends used to say that August was beat a bus driver month. The issue with that is some of them bus drivers will beat your ass.
I was about to say the issue with that here. The issue with that here now is Fab drives the bus.
Yes.
Don't
do it. Don't do it. Listen, I'm trying to help you. Don't do it.
It's not
because
love yourself enough.
Love yourself enough now. Because when Fab stands up, things tend to fall down.
If boomers want to keep something alive, bus driver uppercut.
That's funny. That's funny. All right. So we don't got to talk about that. That's clear. That's clear.
You're an asshole.
Am I the asshole for saying my roommate's job is disgusting? I am a 24-year-old male. I have been living with this roommate for about 1.5 years. We have never had any major problems until recently. The only things we had argued about previously is him wanting to keep the place at 60 degrees Fahrenheit and how many nights in a week we could have people over the place. I wanted 4. He wanted no more than 2. I work as a defense lawyer in my area. He works as a lender to people who have terrible or no credit and are willing to take loans out at 20 to 40% interest. This Monday at about 6:30 a.m., he asked me if I could drive him 2 hours from our town to see a girl he has been talking to this Friday. His reasoning is that I also have family in the town. We would be visiting, and I have been talking about it, and that I have a long weekend at work due to a mental health break our bosses are giving us. A long weekend away from work due to a mental health break our bosses are giving us. I told him no, and that he could take my car if he wants, but I'm not gonna drive him because I need the day for my cats. Right. He got very defensive. That's really weird. But okay. He got very defensive and told me that he can't drive my car because he has trouble with bigger cars. I have an SUV. I said, I'm sorry, but I need the time off for myself. And his response was, the one weekend you're not freeing rapists and you can't help me out. My response was, at least I don't work every day at a disgusting place that ruins poor people's credit and lives.
I don't disagree.
Since this argument, we have not been on speaking terms, and he left the day with a different friend. Mutuals have been defending me overall, but said I could have been more calm about the situation.
Nah, first of all, dude started the whole attacking you for your line of work.
Like you can't talk shit to me and expect me to be okay.
I think that's easy too.
And also he ain't wrong. Like so with the legal system, catch some, right.
Yeah.
Some get off, some don't. Just depends on the luck of the draw, the evidence that's accumulated, and the talent of the defense lawyer versus the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Right. But there's and there are problems, of course, in the legal system, but you get results sometimes not. It is a fact that a lot of those places are predatory. As a motherfucker. So you threw the shot, he countered. You know what I'm saying? He's like you got to eat that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't find a reason to fault him. Yeah, all right. So we got some easy ones today. All right, okay. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to make my plate of food differently than she was serving to others?
Wait a minute, say that again.
Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to make my plate of food differently than she was serving to others?
There's a lot in there to be unpacked, but go ahead.
So I recently became official with the lady I've been dating for 6 months.
Yay!
We decided to have the first barbecue of the nice summer weather in our area at her place. We don't live together. She decided to make steaks and baked potatoes. And I made some side salads, and I also was responsible for the drinks and the chips. As my girlfriend got cooking, it just panned out that she ended up plating and serving to people as her steaks finished resting. When I went over to watch her plating, I noticed she had put butter and herbs and stuff all over the steaks. My family doesn't do this, and I've never seen it done this way. So well, hold on. I'm sorry. Pause. I don't even eat steak.
It's some cooking shit.
But for him to say, yeah, yo, I'm sorry. For him to say she put butter and herbs and my family doesn't do it. What the fuck does your family do with steak?
Excuse me. I just have to say to you, as somebody who has eaten dinner at a promoter's house years ago, invited me and my wife over before I had to perform for a show, and the food that I've eaten that they served there had no seasoning.
Okay, never mind.
At all.
Never mind.
At all.
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go. Okay. All right.
Wow, that was wild. That's crazy.
Done this way, so I asked her politely if she would put mine aside, and I would do my fixings. I just wanted my steak with ketchup.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's a cardinal sin. Whatever.
Listen,
we're not gonna go. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Both she, her sister, and her dad gave me very pointed looks. I bet. Later that evening, she said she felt that it was rude to the chef to ask for my food separately, and that she wished I would have just trusted her to make me a nice plate of food, and that I shouldn't do that when I'm a guest anywhere. I fairly commonly, politely asked for my food to be made differently, more plain, when I'm a guest somewhere or at a restaurant, because I generally prefer plain food. I didn't think this was rude. Am I the asshole for asking for my own food to be served differently outside?
No, I have to eat. Listen. Everybody here is sitting here enjoying their food the way they like it. This is obviously how they're enjoying it. They're having a good time. This is part of the experience of them being at this cookout. If I told you I don't want onions on my shit,
don't put onions. Yeah,
don't put onions on my shit, or let me go and serve myself so I can do it my way. But I don't think he's the asshole for asking. I don't want to eat something that I don't necessarily eat all. I like this. Just put some. I'm good with ketchup. I know I look weird, but I'm good with ketchup. Give me that.
Sandy, thank you. Here's the thing.
Can you please not put arsenic on my shit? I know everybody else.
No, nigga, that's not the same thing. Listen. This is what I would say. I'm petty.
Oh.
He's not the asshole. I would never make him a mistake again.
Okay.
Ever. Okay. Literally, you say okay, but that's not going to be his response because they are boyfriend and girlfriend. they're in a relationship. You can say okay because you would just be a random guest.
Tell them to cook his own damn
they together. Yes, that is exactly what my response would have been. Because here's the thing. As someone who cooks for people, generally, she's bugging. No, don't get me wrong. She's absolutely bugging. But the spirit of what she's saying, I get. She just took it too fucking far. Like she definitely.
Yes, she did. The reality of the situation is, I have to. I
what the fuck? Yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened. But what I think he was about to say is the reality of the situation is I have to eat this. So yeah, let me have it the way I want to have it. Sure, absolutely. Again, I get the spirit of what he's back. I get the spirit of what she's saying, but there's no audio, my guy.
No,
it is.
Yes.
You know it doesn't. You good now?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you good now. Yeah, no,
yo, I should be able to eat what you gotta eat. I should be able to eat taste that I like. I'm supposed to eat some shit that I don't like or nothing because I'm especially if he didn't come up there with a big ass sign like in wrestling going, could you put my shit? If he came up to her and said, hey, look, I don't really eat with this on there because you put. If I don't want onions on my food, I don't want onions on it. If I don't want
the thing. I agree. Because I don't eat onions. So here's the thing. I feel like she's more of the asshole than he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I also I know for a fact, if I was in her situation, this would have been a conversation. It wouldn't have been like I'm not about to do what the fuck she did.
Right.
But it would have been a conversation. It would have been like, yo, all right, you've never seen this before. Would you be willing to try it? That type
of yes.
That's different. Yes. That's different.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
But if it's also not eat this shit.
You say no. Yes. All right, cool. Whatever. That's cool. But I really you had it this way. You ain't never had it this way.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're making it enticing that way. You're not
right.
Like, eat this shit, nigga.
Right. No.
I've been a practicing Muslim for 60 years. I don't want the bacon on my shit. That's all I'm
right.
asking.
See, that doesn't.
That's all I'm at. I don't want the bacon on my shit.
And that's where the whole she went too fucking far comes in. Because if whatever the reason, if the reason is just no,
I don't want it.
The reason is your reason.
Yeah.
Now again, like I said, in real life, if I was in this situation, we gonna have a conversation about it. Like, yo, what? Like,
will you at least try it?
Yeah,
this doesn't go against any of your dietary rules that you have.
Right. But not what the fuck she said. You're being rude to the chef. The fuck? I don't know what your
But she was the one that was making it too.
I don't
and
know
she started serving people.
Right. I don't know what your profession is, but right now you're not a chef.
Yeah.
You grilled some steaks.
Yeah, grilled some steaks. That's true.
Like,
and why did she talk to herself like that? Talk about herself like that, being rude to the chef. Like, why she could have just said you're being rude to me.
I mean, people.
Well, she was making a larger point. She thought.
Right.
She was making a large point that saying that the etiquette that he was.
But we're not at a restaurant, my nigga. Like, relax.
No, but if you go, if SBJ cooks you food, you go over to SBJ house, and he cooks you food.
Yeah, this nigga refers to
me
as
the chef, nigga.
Like, as the chef. I'm gonna cook him up real nice.
Yo, why I'm catching strays?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Go over to SBJ's house and he started cooking some food and shit. He's Chef Boyard Black, and you can't. There's certain rules of etiquette.
There's certain.
There are certain rules. Yeah,
but not asking for something to not be added is not one of them.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like asking for something to not be added after the fact is not one of them. You can absolutely get away with that. That is okay.
Yeah, you're allowed.
Like I said, I'm still going to ask you once. Still going to ask you once. Like, yo, you might want to try this.
Yo, I've literally had my mom, my grandmother, and all and girlfriends, and say, yo, take this spoonful.
Yeah, just try it. Yeah.
All right, that ain't bad.
Right, that type of thing.
Or ew, gross. I knew it.
Fat. That's good. Like for instance, the reason I'm saying this for this specific situation because, like I said, they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
So it's not like a scenario where he's only going to have her cooking once.
That's facts.
So for instance, with my the people that I go in the group with, the trips with, like we were talking about some other shit, and one of them was like, "Yo, I don't think I would ever eat that." And I asked a simple question: would you try it if I made it?
Yeah.
And she was like, "You know what? Yes." That type of thing. Like, so for her to go all like soup Nazi.
Yeah, yo, that's what it was. It was soup Nazi. That's what it was.
For her to go all soup Nazi, no, you're doing too much. But he's definitely not there. I look down on him
for putting ketchup on a steak.
Because here's the thing. When I was a child, I spoke as a child.
True.
I understood as a child.
I was a child.
When I became a man, I put away childish things.
Like, yo, this nigga is.
We used to put ketchup on steaks. You know, ketchup on well done steaks. And okay.
I've never done the ketchup on steaks.
Hey, listen, it's a kid thing.
It is a kid thing, though. It is.
And I guess
I don't eat well done steaks anymore.
That's a kid thing.
Yeah, like I didn't know, but I didn't know. And then I went to a restaurant as an adult on a date, and she got medium well, medium rare, medium something like that. Yeah. And I was like, I'm chewing a lot, and she just
I'm chewing
slicing through the thing, and I said, "Give me." I never had it cooked that way. Give me a bite. And I went, oh, huh? Oh, hell no. Right. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell
and
no.
then it came to me like an epiphany.
Right.
Yeah, right. Here's the thing. I don't eat steak. And that's partly why I'm so adamant about the traditional ways of steak.
Right.
In this situation. Because like I said, I don't eat it. So like I defer to the people who eat the shit all the time.
Facts.
So when you saying no butter, no herbs, I'm like, but that's common.
That's actually regular. That's regular.
Yeah, that's common. Like that's common to go with steaks. If you have tried that and you don't like it, whatever.
And something that McKenna said, she said, you're not asking her to make you a whole separate pot of macaroni because you have a cheese preference. It's just different toppings, basically.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. I have never seen. So, and it's not, he doesn't make it explicit. Maybe he doesn't. I would assume he don't cook. That's not his statement. Mm-hmm. Or something. Yo,
he makes salad.
Shut up, yo. My cousin is so stupid. So my steak has to be gray and toasty on
That's hilarious.
But you know what? I have never had actually seen him eat steak, so he might be telling me.
Oh wow.
But here's the thing. McKenna says toppings, but from everything I know, that's not really. It's a part of the cooking process.
Butter.
Yes.
Butter. And when this is what I want to know about what he was talking about. Mm-hmm. So the butter, that's definitely part of the cooking process. Put it in, it melts itself into the steak, right?
And basting.
That's
a part of the, like, you take the butter, you put it in there, you put some garlic, you put some thyme, some whatever herbs,
right?
And as the butter melts, you throw it back on top of the steak.
That's true.
That's why I'm confused about what he said, because after the steak is done cooking and out of whatever vessel you cooked it in what way are you applying butter and herbs?
Yeah, is it? So after the steak is cooked,
no,
right.
I
know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm confused about that because that's not typically.
That's what the way he said it. It made it seem like she put all that shit on after the cooking, but typically that's part of the cooking process. You let it cook into the meat, right?
Exactly.
So
that's why I'm confused about this.
I see what you're saying.
It's
one thing. She took a big block of welfare butter, right? And put that shit after it was cooked, and put it on there. And sprinkled all this chives and shit all over.
Right, and then handed it to him like here,
right here.
But if he's talking about basting,
that's weird.
Yes, absolutely, Joe. But usually, what I've seen, usually that's some type of compound butter. That you get the little dollop, the little circle of the compound butter, and you put it on top of the steak. That's what, as soon as it finishes, so as it rests, the butter melts and all that other good. Yeah. Exactly, Cindy. That's exactly what I was talking about. But before that, Cindy said, my husband likes a different seasoning than I like. I can't have red pepper flake, so he seasons mine differently. It's not an inconvenience. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe. Herb butter is compound butter. I'm not sure why you felt the need to say that. I want to
know who is doing something to that dog.
Yeah, I was about to say, why is the dog wilding out?
Huh?
I'm about to call them people. I'm about to call the peoples in a minute.
They running a zoo over there. They got ferrets and dragons and cats and dogs.
Thanks.
I don't want to talk about it.
We got way too many animals in here that ain't making no noise for y'all to have over there. This dog over there making like, no, what's going
on? We got different species of animals here. So
do we. We got chinchilla. Got 2 fat ass chinchilla in the big ass cage over there, and 2 hamsters. What's going on over there with all that noise, nigga?
The chinchillas are relatively small. They don't make noise like that.
They like this.
Oh,
they like that.
Well, ain't nothing I could do because I can't watch the dog because I'm doing the pod, so I got to stay in the cage until I'm done podding.
Oh, that's why the dog's whining.
Yeah, and it's not our dog. We're dog sitting.
Oh, okay.
They're dog sitting.
Say less. I thought something else was happening. Say less.
Nah, I just wanted to give a shout out on this like fat boy conversation we were having because
all of those shit. Yeah, buddy. You already know.
We're right back where we left off, man.
Father's Day coming up soon too. Woo. Yeah.
About to get
real. I just saw some snow crab legs in the freezer over there. Yeah, I know what that's for.
Wipe your lips, man.
Listen, I already know. You know what I'm saying?
So clearly, no, he's not the asshole. Like these were easy.
These are right. These were easy.
All of these were easy. I feel like we need to just.
It wasn't challenged.
Yeah, because none of these were hard.
So you want to do one more? We at our mark, but we can.
We'll look. Let's see what the next one says.
Oh no, I'll be back. I'm gonna let her out.
Am I the asshole for refusing to lend money to a close friend who constantly makes poor financial decisions?
Oh,
I have a close friend. Let's call her Sarah, who always seems to be in financial trouble. She frequently spends money impulsively, neglects to save, and finds herself in debt. Over the years, she has asked me for financial help several times, and I've always tried to be supportive. However, recently, Sarah approached me with another request for a significant sum of money. This time, I hesitated. I couldn't ignore the pattern of poor financial choices and the fact that my previous loans hadn't been repaid as promised. I gently explained to Sarah that I had concerns about lending her more money, as I feared it would only perpetuate her cycle of financial irresponsibility. I suggested that she take steps to manage her finances better, seek professional advice, or explore other options to address her financial struggles. Sarah became upset and accused me of not being a true friend, claiming that I was being judgmental and unsupportive. She argued that she desperately needed the money and that I should be there for her in her time of need. While I understand that everyone faces financial challenges, I couldn't shake off the feeling that continuously enabling Sarah's poor financial choices wouldn't be helping her in the long run. I believe that true support sometimes means holding someone accountable and encouraging them to make positive changes. So, am I the asshole for refusing to lend money to my close friend, even though she is struggling financially? Hold on. Before we go in, I want to talk about the word judgmental. And the idea of judging someone. I, a rapper, writer, IT technician, photographer, videographer, if I have a conversation with you about raising your puppy and you tell me you did a thing and I judge you for the way you did that thing, there is no consequence. There is zero consequence because I am not a professional at raising dogs. I am not some type of member of a board that looks after how dogs are raised. I simply made an observation and gave you my opinion.
Yeah.
That is all this judgment and judgmental that a lot of the time happens, because I know people go overboard. But a lot of the time that happens, that's all this is. And a lot of people overreact to that and act as if it's the end of the world.
I gotta say, I agree. I feel like everybody judges.
Yes. Yeah. Some people don't say it.
Right. They don't say it out loud.
And then some people go OD.
Yeah.
It also depends on I think it should be case by case, because it's what you what the thing is that you're being judgmental about. Because some of y'all are bigots.
Oh, nigga.
And you are extremely judgmental about shit that really is ridiculous. And then you're treating a person a certain type of way because something about them that they have no way of changing, right? And probably wouldn't if they could, right? That's your shit. But when you speaking of stuff like this, especially in the case of close friends who have been through,
and I happen to be right.
And you happen to be right, but also it's not like you are some dispassionate whatever who haven't observed certain behavioral patterns from your friend, right? Yeah. So she has observed. Nah, you always are in this space here because from what I've seen of your spending habits and things, they're not good. Also, this is my money.
Facts.
This is my money.
That is cheap.
That's what I was going to say off rip. Like,
you don't know what I have going on, what I need this for.
Correct.
And I can make any decision I choose as to whether or not I choose to give you this or not. But this is my money.
Yeah.
I did not raise you.
Yo,
you are not currently. I'm not currently a guardian of you. Like, fuck are you talking about?
Facts. Judging is how we will always weigh a situation.
Facts.
There's a difference between a judgment based on past actions and patterns versus preconceived
notions.
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
Simple.
That's it. That's it.
Yo, and again, I'm sorry to bring this back up, but I always bring this up. This is why this generational gangbanging bullshit is so stupid.
Stop, bro. It's
because not that she's the only one, but 9 times out of 10, when we are talking about some bullshit on here, the youngest person to be in this fucking live comes through with the haymakers, with the facts.
Big facts.
9 times out of 10, even if she's not the only one, she's involved in it.
Right.
I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, this generation is terrible because blah,
they don't understand. Yo, it's like you said, it's the gangbanging, bro. That's all it is.
Man.
But my whole thing is like they live on this planet and country too. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not from outer space.
They don't understand.
Do they though?
Right. They have a fundamental lack of understanding of how society evolves.
Right.
Yeah.
It's generally that. That's really the argument against conservatism in general.
Right.
You have a fundamental lack of the need and the just general occurrence of evolving societies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Society. Hold on to your corncob pipe. Societies evolve. Languages evolve. Like the fact that you're trying to put a stranglehold on what was is really a waste of your time and effort to do because things are going to change. And this is the other thing that's going to fuck you up. There are times where some things that were a thing back then come back around full circle. That happens as well. But in general though, things tend to change and ebb and flow.
Right.
And you trying to hold on to certain things is ridiculous. Especially in the course of the changing of the way society evolves.
They need to grasp the fact that maybe those things are no longer working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're no longer relevant to what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
There are better ways to do it, or a forced to be silent demographic is no longer forced to be silent.
Correct.
So now you have to consider their point of view as well, because they are fellow members of that same society. What typically happens in that case is that they make the people who weren't silenced make the assumption that the people that were silenced didn't have a problem with what was happening.
Correct.
And then now once those people get a chance to not be silenced, go, hey, we ain't never like that shit.
Yeah.
We ain't never like that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you got to
consider it because we're too sensitive now. No.
Right. Here's the problem.
We never like
that shit.
Here's the problem. In general, because there are exceptions to everything. In general, the main or sole reason for something should never be, well, this is how we always did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can make the argument for a lot of shit that's fucked up.
You can make that for a lot of shit that's fucked up. And again, it should rest on its own merits of whether or not it has value or it's hurting people. Because it could be literally have been hurting people all this time. And just because you say this is how we've always done it doesn't mean that. The thing that's crazy is you got to put like a human face on a lot of this shit. Because a lot of times people get caught up with numbers and shit like that. These are real people's lives who have to endure the bullshit that you say, this is how we've always done it. These are real people's lives. And why should they sacrifice those few spins around the sun because you felt comfortable having a society in a certain type of way that punishes them for just being? Right. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. Who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? Nah.
Not I.
Nah.
Huh. Nah. All right. I'm sorry we couldn't find a difficult one.
Well,
that was easy too.
I think because some of these you look, it's like
that's facts.
You take your shot. You take your shot, and maybe sometimes we find some really difficult ones, and maybe sometimes it's pretty.
It was cut and dry.
But we want to thank all of you, and particularly we want to thank Addy for coming back on the show. And to sharing his experience with us for something that's very, very personal, but I also think it's very helpful for other people that might be going through some shit, might need some insight into that shit. So shout out to you, my guy.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Also shout out to you for taking the initiative to make that decision in your life, because everybody don't have to, they're not at that point yet where they have the strength to be able to recognize that about themselves, and you did. So you definitely should be getting your flowers for that.
Absolutely. But to speak on that, just real quick, like a lot of people have been doing that. Like, damn, it took a lot of strength for you to like not just do it, but recognize that you have a problem. And you're willing to, try to rectify it.
Trying to rectify it. That's a big deal. We also want to thank, of course, the audience for once again showing up for another Saturday morning cartoon block on this very special Black Culture Geeks episode. You know what I'm saying? Do not forget, of course, to go and check out, if you haven't already, go subscribe to the Multiworld Entertainment channel. Don't forget to check out my man.
Before the normals.
Right.
There's always assume that there is music.
There's always music, bro. There's always music.
From this point, assume that there is music.
If you haven't, go check on Spotify or iTunes, whatever.
Just came out. It's on the streamings. It's on the Bandcamp.
Absolutely.
I still have singles coming out from my project that's coming up. There might be another EP coming.
Right. 100%.
Assume that there is music.
Assume there's music. Also, I wanted to thank once again everybody that supported our Kickstarter. It was amazing. We are in the process now, waiting for them to do their process. Kickstarter do their process to get us the funds, and then once we get the funds, that's when we begin the fulfillment process. Hopefully, we will have everything in place, ready to fulfill before September. But that is the date. That is a month where that's supposed to. That's our fulfillment month or whatever. But hopefully, we can do that before then, and depending on how fast they can get some of this shit printed up and sent to us, and then we'll start sending it out to you guys. Also, don't forget to check out
the email thing. Send y'all emails to get on this newsletter thingy. Like, send y'all emails. A good portion of the people that I see here have sent theirs already.
Yes,
but just people that are listening,
right,
and don't necessarily talk all the time. Make sure y'all send y'all emails.
Absolutely.
To Black Culture Geeks with a Z at gmail.com or Multiworld Entertainment at gmail.com. Either way, like I said, even if you hit one of us up through socials, to whatever the way you do it, get us the emails, get us the emails.
Absolutely. Don't forget to check out Heard It Through the Grapevine with our girl Christy. Christy's have they done a new episode?
No, it hasn't dropped yet.
All right. So so go subscribe anyway so you can get notified, hit that notification bell. Don't forget my man Super Sci Guys, Metas and Mutants podcast as well. You know what I'm saying? And of course, don't forget, well, I'm sure most of the people here have already subscribed to Great's channel, check out his live stream. He's been doing a lot of live streams lately.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So go make sure you go and check that shit out too. And I think that's it. So for my man SPJ, you and my guy Addy.
Yeah.
I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Wow.
Peace.